Okay, it's coming up. We're live. Welcome to a brand new Poker Live podcast. My name is Joey Ingram, Chicago. Joey, before we get into the podcast, do you want to mention today's podcast sponsored by Corona Extra, baby. Corona, one of the top Mexican beers in the entire world. Me and Doug are going to be talking about what it feels like to be an official YouTube celebrity and much more today on today's podcast. These are some of the best podcasts that I do that people out there enjoy. So I'm very excited to bring you one more of these here today, guys. I think that made sense. And link below in the description for the Limit Omaha Lab. Just opened up at Upswing Poker. Doug is taking over the entire poker trading world, and now he's conquering PLO, courtesy of Jay Nandez. So I'm giving away a bonus offer of undecided exactly what it's going to be, but you can sign up for that in the link below. It's $100 off until Friday. Podcast is a young gentleman. God, this guy there must be seven of this guy right here. He does a little bit of everything, playing on Poker After Dark, playing high-stakes cash games, playing King of the Hill, hosting King of the Hills, being a YouTube poker celebrity, winning a lot of money, losing a lot of money. A man who's been kind of taking a little break from YouTube, it seems like, as well, for the most part. But he's a guy who's transformed the poker content world for the foreseeable future. He's my good buddy, Doug Polk. What's up, Doug? Welcome back to the podcast, brother.
Kind of hard to follow that up with even saying anything. That was a lot there. Appreciate all the kind words as always, though, man. And so Corona official sponsor of the pod now. That's big time.
Corona actually sponsors my Monday Night Live at the bike show. Corona and Jack Daniels, they sort of split it. So, but yeah, so we had Coronas here for Monday night, and I grabbed one. Yeah, I want to get Corona. I like Corona, man. I love Corona.
First Under Armour, now Corona, man. You're like piling up the sponsors.
Thank you, Doug. Thank you. Yes. So last time Doug was on the podcast, Under Armour was nice enough to sponsor that episode. I got Doug some new black socks, courtesy of Under Armour. And unfortunately, Doug posted a photo a couple days ago where he was wearing his classic white socks. So what happened to the black socks, Doug?
Okay, so I have a more balanced sock range now, if you will. I was grinding the white socks for many years. I actually didn't know until Instagram that white socks were not a thing, because here I was wearing white socks my whole life, and no one even had the common decency to let me know that it wasn't a thing the whole time. So now I've got a few black socks, but I still have so many white socks, and all socks matter. So I'm trying to make sure that I wear some white socks and some blacks.
Doug, you are honestly one of the most GTO people I've ever met in my entire life, and I'm happy to see that you bring that same balance and approach to strategy when it comes to deciding which socks you wear in the morning. So honestly, just respect to you for that, brother. Honestly, I know people came here to hear about white socks, but we're going to give them some poker. So what's been happening with you, Doug, man? What's been going on with you, man? I know I saw recently you've been called a YouTube celebrity. So are you more of a celebrity now? Are you more of a poker player? Are you more of a poker trainer? Where do you feel like you stand out with things right now?
Well, I'm doing a little bit of everything, as always. For what it's worth, the YouTube celebrity title on that video was a joke. A lot of people got real riled up, like, you're not a celebrity. You barely even nobody knows you. It's like, guys, let's calm down. It was a joke. It was supposed to be a little tongue-in-cheek. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, I'm not anywhere close to the word celebrity. I know that. You don't have to tell me that. I get it. It was a joke. But as far as what I'm up to, man, I'm always really involved in a lot of the different poker shows that are going on. I try and basically get onto all of them. Poker Night America, Poker After Dark, the Poker Masters, really most of the PokerGO stuff I'll get involved with. I'm doing Live at the Bike in a couple weeks, or something like 2 weeks from now. I'm going to be going and doing Live at the Bike. So I really like being on those shows. It's a good way to promote what I'm up to kind of grow my brand. And I also think that it's important for these production companies to keep putting out good content. The reason that poker got big was because the main event coverage, of Chris Moneymaker and that glorious winning the main event. And that's really what, built poker to what it is today. So, it's good. It's good for me to be on the show. It's good for me. It's good for them. And I'm just trying to help anyone out there that's trying to put out good poker content, trying to grow their fan base, trying to grow their stream, their show, whatever they're doing. I'm trying to be a part of that and help build the game.
Yeah, you mentioned the celebrity thing, and so last night my friend was here, and they asked me, I said, "Oh, who you having on the podcast tomorrow?" I said, "Oh, my buddy Doug Polk," and she's like, "Oh, does she have YouTube, whatever? So I show him the YouTube, and she's like, man, I thought he'd have more subscribers than that. I'm like, oh, damn, bang, bang. You don't want to see how many subscribers I have on there. She's like, well, those makeup people have millions of subscribers on YouTube. I was like, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I was like, poker, different space out there. So yeah, I guess, the celebrity thing, when we think about celebrity or being well known or whatever, and poker, I mean, I think so, but maybe in the landscape of YouTube, I don't know, some of those people have like millions of subscribers, and I sometimes venture into that world on YouTube, but I don't really go there very often.
When I talk to someone about YouTube or that I do YouTube, I always say I have a small channel, because in like the scope of YouTube, I do have a small channel. Like, I think my videos probably averaging a little less views these days, but still averaging something around like 60, 70, 80,000 views. Not a really small community, but definitely not big in the scope of YouTube. It is a fairly small channel, and poker is a fairly small space. There are not a lot of people out there watching poker videos and demanding poker content. So it is kind of funny when you think about YouTube, and I'm very proud of what I've done with my channel and what I built it to be today. But like, then you look at like actually big YouTube channels outside, like people do millions of views on YouTube. That's a thing. There are many channels that do that, and it does make me a little sad just to realize that, like, I just don't think that that's even possible in poker.
So are you still on that? Because I know we've talked about this. I mean, pretty much since you started YouTube, we always have a discussion about this kind of over time. And I think before you were on the fence that, the ceiling was much higher than kind of where you're at now. But now that you've gotten to that ceiling point, or maybe I wouldn't say a ceiling point, but now you've gotten to a much higher point than you were before, do you still feel like the ceiling is much higher? Do you feel like you may have hit some sort of cap in terms of the possible growth for your content?
Well, so from the get-go, I started YouTube in June of last year, and I knew that at some point there would come a day where, not like a hard ceiling, but like kind of a soft ceiling, the growth would have to slow down, because the real bottom line is there are only so many people out there that are watching poker videos. And so the question was, like, what is that point? Is that point like 100,000 subscribers? Is it 200,000 subscribers? Is it 300? Like, what's the point where you can't really grow anymore? And one thing I did from the start was I tried to be really inclusive. I tried to if you like poker, like, I'm going to put out some kinds of videos you'll like. If you like strategy, I'll do some of that. If you like news, I'll do some of that. If you like comedy videos, every now and then I'll throw something together. So I really tried to be inclusive, to build a channel where if you like poker, you can come. There's at least some videos. Yeah, I get it. If you're like an advanced, high stakes player, you're not going to come watch poker hands and like see what they should do in the turn, right? But maybe you'll watch some of the news, or maybe you'll like some of the funny stuff, or maybe you'll like some of the other types of content that I've done. So, yeah, I guess like I really tried to reach as far into like the poker world as possible to find all of the viewers and create stuff that interests everybody. As far as like where the cap is, I will say that I was a little disappointed, I think, in kind of the way that it went down. For most of this year, I would even say, the growth that I was getting from like June to December of last year was extremely fast. Like, it was coming in like every month over month, huge sub gains, view gains, just, it would constantly grow. And now it's reaching a point where even if I put together like some good videos and they do like 100,000 or 200,000 views, I don't get subs. Like, I'll do like a 200,000 view video and I'll check subs, and it like won't be growing. So, and people are like, Doug, like, why do you care so much about the numbers and everything? But here's the thing, like, the reason that you do this and you put so much time in, I mean, I've done like about 350 videos on YouTube since I started, or Lord knows, right? And the reason that I do it is because, like, I want to grow. I want to like build something. I want to, increase the value of the channel, and I want to be successful with it. I'm not just like doing it just for the straight lulz. I'm not just like every day doing a YouTube video. Like, I'm an owner of a couple businesses. I like invest in stuff. I still play poker. Like, I'm doing this because I want to like grow something. And so, yeah, I would say that this year has been a little on the disappointing side. The giveaways have helped a decent amount. I mean, the one drop was huge. And the fact that I had a giveaway going through that, I mean, like, I paid out like over $30,000 from that giveaway. Over $30,000. Some guy in Australia got $25,000. $25,000. I had a call with him, and he's like kind of a shy, quiet guy, and I was just like, all right, well, where am I shipping this? Where am I sending the money? But as far as like, what my goals and plans are moving forward with YouTube specifically, I think it's one of those things where I will likely continue. I will continue making videos, but I likely will not continue at the pace that I was making them before. I'm not going to be banging out videos every day if it looks kind of like it's not going to have a large effect. And I think a big part of this is too in like the poker world, at least from like a YouTube, like social media perspective. I would say that of people currently in the poker sphere, in general, everyone's heard of me, right? In general. Doesn't mean they like me. I've got lots of people that don't like me or don't want to watch what I'm doing, and that's fine. I understand you're never going to win everybody, but you've heard of me, right? And so you've kind of made that decision, like, am I going to watch or not? I don't feel like there are these like pockets of new people that I can really get to try and watch my channel. One of the things I loved the most coming up when I was making videos was if I put out a video and all of a sudden I got comments like, "Who's this idiot with the hair?" Like who's this idiot? Who's this guy with the annoying voice? Why does he keep raising and lowering the tone of his voice? I hate this guy. He's ugly. And I'm like, that's really good, because that means that you're finding new people that, have never seen you before. And yeah, part of those people are going to hate you because of your hair or how you look or how you talk, or, because you're not beasting everything or whatever it takes, right? Or whatever it is. And like, that's fine. But that also means there are many new people that are finding the channel. So I guess like, I'm going to continue to try and put out some of the better content that I do. I think the news segment that I do is like great. I like making it. I think that there's a lot of room for jokes in that format. I'll probably do some occasional hand analysis and whatever else too. But as far as like the amount of time and effort I was putting into YouTube, I think I'm going to shift that focus a bit more elsewhere.
Interesting. A lot was in there. So I guess, are you, when you think about shifting focus, are you planning to shift focus more towards the cryptocurrency space? Obviously, you launched your new cryptocurrency website. Is it CoinCentral or realcoincentral.com? What's the official one? I get a little confused.
It's coincentral.com, but our socials are real CoinCentral.
Okay, so CoinCentral.com. It's the new cryptocurrency site that you launched recently. And so now, are you going to plan to shift more of your time and energy over to that space? Are you going to maybe do more with Upswing? Are you going to do more with something else that you haven't really talked too much about yet? Where are you sort of thinking about shifting your time to?
Yeah, so I think some of both. For starters, just to talk about Upswing, we've had an amazing year. We have not in any way like had that same kind of problem I've had on YouTube to continue to grow. We always find a way to bring in new people, and there are a lot of people that are interested in learning the game of poker. I'm excited about where that business is headed. I'm proud that we're like the biggest trading site now. Like 2 years ago, we weren't a thing. We launched the No Limit Lab March 2016. So we went from actually not being anything to the largest trading site in a little under 2 years. It's been a very fulfilling experience. I've learned a lot about business. I've learned a lot about marketing. I've learned a lot about even some of the financial sides of things. Like it's been just a great experience, and I continue to try and make sure that we put out a good product for the people that are our subscribers. And we're always making improvements to the site, and I'm excited for the direction that's going. However, I am also excited now to be able to try and expand into some new spaces. And for the last like year or so, year and a half, me, Fees, and Matt, who are the owners of Upswing, we knew that we kind of wanted to branch out into some different areas as well, besides poker. And we talked about a lot of different ideas back and forth. There were many terrible ideas thrown around, but ultimately, we decided that we wanted to do something in the cryptocurrency space because, look, I've been in crypto I think since 2012 or so, maybe 2011. So I've been in Bitcoin for a long time, and I've been fortunate enough to make a lot of money from Bitcoin. But, if you look at the way that technology is changing the world and changing the way that people perceive what, money even is, like the market cap of cryptocurrency is now $160 billion,
Mm-hmm.
It is becoming a real industry. And I think that, if you do believe in the future of cryptocurrency, which I do, then trying to build a business in that space could be, very valuable down the road. So, I'm excited to take on that new project as well. It's been going great so far. It is a little bit different now too, though, because like in poker, like I was, I'm the face of Upswing, right? But with CoinCentral, can't really be like that because while I know a lot about crypto compared to most people, I'm not like a tech guy, Joey. I can't be like, oh yeah, the code on this one, the code. Like you just gotta like I don't know about like replay protection or any of the blockchain stuff. I know kind of what it is. I know like some of that stuff. I'm actually debating starting a weekly or every other week podcast just on crypto, but put it on a different channel. If that's something that you guys would like to see, then let me know in the comments below. But yeah, like I'm debating maybe like starting something like that, and then occasionally just getting people that actually know, like that are legitimate in the crypto world, on to talk with them, and maybe ask some more questions that I think are a little more, beginner friendly. And that's really, I think, one of the problems in crypto. It's like, okay, so I know about Bitcoin. I know I've heard of Ethereum. I don't really know what these things are. What are they, and where can I get information from an unbiased source? And I think that's really what CoinCentral is trying to deliver. We're trying to, bring that information to our readers in a way that's concise and clear and as unbiased as possible. Now, the word unbiased is tough, right? Because someone wrote the article. There's a person who writes the article. So you bring as many facts as you can to it. You also understand that you can only completely remove that to a point. But I think trying to get good information out there in the world of cryptocurrency is a needed and exciting space to be in.
Well, I would definitely watch a cryptocurrency podcast if you put it on there, because I think, that's a big problem I think I have. I'm trying to learn more about it, but then it's, where do you go? What do you do? I feel like a lot of people that are touting it hard on social media, and Twitter specifically, are people who have a lot of money invested in the Bitcoin space as well. So I think that's something that a lot of people are interested in. I mean, I saw on Facebook the other day that, one of my like friends from Vancouver, he's like, all right, people have been asking me about Bitcoin. This is a guy that played poker. He's like, Bitcoin and crypto. We're going to have a Bitcoin crypto night and stuff like that. So I do feel like it's only going to get more and more mainstream relevant. And in terms of just audience and people involved with it, I feel like that's going to far surpass what we have here in poker. So that certainly could be something that people, I think, would be interested in. If they're not interested in it right now, they're going to have to be. It's like, are you interested in money? Yes. Okay, well, if Bitcoin turns into money at one point in time, you're going to have to be interested in it because it's fucking money. So, I feel like this still is a very infant stages of that entire, industry, and it could be good to sort of have different platforms sort of established in there.
Yeah, it's kind of tough because you never really know what the future will hold. There are many things that could become, very large obstacles to Bitcoin, and I think like the problem is, like, when you talk about people on Twitter or whatever, everyone's just kind of like shilling their own coin because it's like, oh, guys, you got to get your Bitcoin Cash. You got to get your Bitcoin. It's the future, man. You're not even gonna, dude. It's so futuristic. You don't even know. Like, the future came and went, and it's back again, and it's this coin. It's unbelievable. And it's like, okay, well, how many millions of dollars do you have in this coin, right? So it is kind of tough to get truly unbiased information from the people that actually know what's going on, because that's not even to say that like some of them are wrong. Like, there are many good projects going on where people are working to create technology that can really help people, can really help the world of cryptocurrency. I think we're going to continue to see good projects come forward. What are the motives for them? Sometimes people are sometimes they're money grabs. There are tons of terrible ICOs. There are terrible there's a lot of bad ideas. And let's tie in poker a little bit here, Joey. I kind of feel like this about cryptocurrency poker. I've talked to at least one or two of these cryptocurrency poker sites. And for what it's worth, like I do really believe that they're trying to do good things. I think that the people involved seem like great people trying to make a difference in the world of poker. So I understand that. But I feel a little bit like right now in the poker world, it's like, oh, cryptocurrency is super hot. You got to have a Bitcoin site. You got to have an Ethereum site. We need to make our own token. We got to have our own token for our site. And it's just kind of like, why have your own token? Like, why is that necessary to like perform this? You could run it off Ethereum. You could. I don't think you could run it off of Bitcoin, but you could use Bitcoin as the currency. Like why all of a sudden do we have this need? This need for these tokens in these different spaces. And I feel a little bit like people are kind of just doing it because it's a really hot topic right now. And like, does that make it like a really good business? I don't think so. So it's gonna be kind of interesting to see what happens with these sites. Really any new site that comes up and offers like a good product that helps take away from, PokerStars market share or whatever is like obviously a good thing. But like, will they be successful? It's kind of hard to say. And the other thing is like on the more traditional poker side, side of things, people smell blood in the water, man. There are a lot of people making moves right now.
So I guess that's a pretty good lead in to announce that not only Upswing will they be starting their own cryptocurrency poker site, they're also launching the Upswing Cryptocurrency Lab, which you can sign up with the link in the description below. If you sign up with my link, I'll be giving away 27 million bonus videos on what I know about cryptocurrencies so far, which is that I will not be giving any videos, so I don't know anything about it. So that link's below. So are you excited about the Upswing Cryptocurrency Lab starting? Are you excited about the Upswing Coin, the Upswing Poker Cryptocurrency site coming
really
up? Are you
pumped up? This is the future. Yeah, PolkCoin is going to be a thing,
Oh my God, PolkCoin? Is that what it's going to be?
For so long, I thought, why are there no coins with really stylish hair? There's not even one. No coin has stylish hair. Why can't we make our coins stylish, Joey?
Or are you allowed to design? Why don't people design it? Why don't they just put their hair on the coin? Why don't they do that? I don't understand. Why would they make it? Why would they put some dumb hair on there?
We got something in the works. Some what kind of hair? What was that?
Dumb hair. I mean, you got cool hair. Obviously me.
That's good luck.
Very debatable right now. We don't want some dumb plain hair. No shots at anybody out there with hair. I know it's 2017. Everybody's sensitive out there right now, but I don't want to call anybody's hair dumb. But man, some of these hairstyles I've been seeing, Doug, they're dumb, man. And we see a hairstyle like yours. You've been leading the game, and you've been having an edgy hairstyle now for many, many years. So I think that needs to be solidified on a coin.
I'm with you, man. Definitely edgy, if not just, physically edgy.
I feel like your hair is evolving, honestly. I don't think it's what it once was. I feel like now it's less polarizing. I don't like it. I liked it when you were just like fucking embracing it. Like, I got the faux hawk. That's cool for me. I look like Vanessa Selps. What up? But now you're sort of going more of, I'm going to be a little bit less polarizing now. I'm going to put it a little bit more to the side, a little bit shorter. And I'm not sure if I'm a fan about it.
You know what the thing is with my hair? Like, I had the faux hawk for so long. And then I just kind of felt like I just want to change. Not because people are making fun of me. I grinded through the insults for a while. But just because, like, I just felt like I just done it for too long, man. You were making fun of how long I had the faux hawk like 5 years ago. Like, when are you gonna do something different? That was like 5 years ago. And one day I was like, you know what? I just want to try something. So we're like baby stepping in. We're we'll mix and match. People are like, you know what? I'm really glad I tuned in for the podcast. Fake coins and Doug's hair. These are the topics we need. We need to know more.
Well, I know one thing.
Hairstyle.
Listen, Doug, I know one thing your viewers and my viewers don't really want to listen to, and that's just if you go off views, and that's having Jay Nandez on my pod. So Jay Nandez to be on the pod tomorrow discussing the PLO Lab. Obviously, the PLO Lab just launched over at Upswing Poker. You put up a video on YouTube a couple days ago. I don't know. Do people not like PLO? What's going on with this, Doug? What's happening with PLO right now?
Well, PLO is interesting because you get 4 cards instead of 2, and then you have to use 2 of them. So that aspect is definitely different than No Limit Hold'em. No, but dude, people like PLO. It's just it's a smaller and more extreme group. There aren't as many of them out there, but they love PLO. They want you to know it. They put it on their goddamn clothes. All they do are like consume, rest, and PLO or something. It's like nonstop. They're in your face about it. And so, yeah, I mean, like, there are people that like it. Is it as many? No. I know when I put out a PLO video, it's not going to be as popular as a No Limit video. But the thing is, there's a lot of money to be made in PLO. It's a game type that's alive and well. And, yeah, I'm happy with the course that we've put together. Jay Nandez is, like, super, super deep in the PLO streets, man. Like, he was showing me some of these spreadsheets and, like, pie charts. And I'm like, bro, I never, like, okay, I played poker for a decade. I've never made a fucking pie chart to like show like the breakdown on like hands and stuff. And he's like, well, then this and this and this, and he's like classifying everything. Jay Nandez. So the Upswing Lab is based around 4 categories of hands. Jay Nandez's PLO strategy is based around and I think this is the actual number, 312 categories. 312 guys, and each one has like a thing. And I'm like, dude, this is like way too much for me. So, I think the most exciting thing actually is that. No Limit solvers have been around for a while now, at least a few years. this is the first time that PLO solvers have actually been out there, have actually been like, you know, you can actually use them to get solutions. So I think that concept is very interesting. I think that it's something that, you know, you have a real chance to kind of put yourself ahead of the curve that you might not have gotten in No Limit Hold'em. And so I think like using that software to understand more about the game of PLO, which also, by the way, I think solvers will be a bit stronger in that format because of the pot limit, you know, limitation on bet sizes. Your total range of what you can bet is much smaller than a no limit. So I think that you get closer to the answers when you do look for solutions. The less bet sizes you have, the less options that there are, the easier it is to solve for, right? That's why limit games are much easier to solve for than big bet games. So it's probably even stronger when it comes to PLO. And yeah, I think like this is the future, man. This is where PLO is headed. Let me ask you a question, Joey. Let me ask you a question. How do you feel?
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, this is where I'm going. So how do you feel that, you know, I know you love PLO. You've loved PLO for a long time. You've been good to PLO. PLO's been good to you. It's probably the longest standing relationship you've had in your life. How do you feel that PLO is now getting like dissected and like cut apart and turned into like into percentiles on a solver? How do you feel about that?
Well, you know, I feel great, Doug. I feel great. I love that. I love that the PLO solver's here. I love that. I feel wonderful. I really, listen, Doug, I couldn't be happier. All I'm happy is that, thank you for Upswing Poker for putting this out there and for me being affiliated with Upswing Poker because, hey, you know what? At least it ain't passing me by the wayside while I'm standing on the corner with my dick in my hand. So, hey, that's all I got to say. But, I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like it is good that there are really good PLO resources, you know, more and more being put out there that people can learn the great game. At the same time, you know, I don't really want to have some fucking discussions about when I'm talking about a PLO hand and like, oh, the solver says you got to bet 1/3 pot here against this. I'm like, all right, shut the fuck up, Steve, okay? I don't really want to start having that conversation. I don't be talking with Jay Nandez about a hand, and he's like, I think you need to bet 1/6 pot here, Joey. You want to protect your range, and you want to be able to bet a lot. I just don't want to have the 1/6 pot C-bet conversation on every fucking hand with Jay Nandez. So I don't want him to tell me the solver says this. Anytime I hear someone say the solver says this, I want to smack him in the fucking face. That's just me. That's me being honest about things. Okay.
You remind me of a young Phil Hellmuth.
That's okay. I'm cool with that. Phil Hellmuth's a great player. Phil Hellmuth's debatably one of the best players in the world.
The greatest? Question mark.
Yeah, he could be. I mean, listen, he beat you heads up.
Oh, bang, bang.
Bang, bang. I mean, I'm just telling you the facts, okay? I'm just telling you the facts.
I also did enjoy in that. It's like I lose one match to Phil Hellmuth, not even best 23, just straight one match. And the amount of comments on like the forums on 2+2 and on Reddit, like, Doug thought he was the greatest, but then we learned who it really was. And it's like, oh my God, really? And they come out of the woodwork, man. Pitchforks, like got, oh my, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. One match. Yeah, so your math really worked, bro. Nice math. What does that have to do with anything anyway?
So should we announce the PLO White Magic Lab is going to be put out there soon, or should we? We'll hold off on that. No PLO White Magic Labs coming up here anytime soon. No Nolan Hold'em White Magic Labs coming up soon. But I do find that funny though that when you do lose one, like people, I've been seeing that lately. It's been weeks now. People still, well, you know, Doug did lose to Phil Hellmuth heads up. So is he even that good? Listen, Doug, I'm questioning it. I'm like, is Doug still good at heads up? He lost to Hellmuth. I mean, I don't know. Can he be that good? So yeah, I'm telling you, it's very real out there for people to when they see that happen, then that's what they think.
I mean, yeah, it is what it is, you know. And like, I also found what was funny from that match was, you know, the day I played Hellmuth, I made a couple calls in big spots against him, and we're like, "You're an idiot. He never bluffs. How did you not know he never bluffs?" Everybody, Joey, every person in the entire world other than you specifically knew that. You're the only, like, you were sitting there and 7 billion people were like, wow, even I know Hellmuth doesn't bluff here. And you called. You must be the actual worst player ever. And then the next day, Jungle makes a huge fold against Hellmuth. Everyone's like, you're an idiot. Everyone knows to call there. Everybody knows. It's like, how does everyone always know, Joey? It's almost like they can see the cards. It's almost like that. It's starting to feel like everyone can see the cards. I don't know. Some crazy stuff.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I knew that your calls obviously weren't GTO, and then I knew that Jungleman's folds weren't GTO as well too. So I'm kind of on the other. I'm on the majority side right here. I'm not with you on this one, Doug. Normally I'm with you, but here I'm against you. I can't believe you made some of those plays. I really can't.
It's all right. I hope I can still come on the pod from time to time. Although going back to the White Magic Lab, that I think we'd sell some White Magic Labs. Imagine 5 hours of Hellmuth walking you through White Magic. Who wouldn't pay for that?
I have the click any button call. Shout out to John Boper. I have the click any button checked right now. I'm ready to call. I'm ready to sign up. Can I sign up for this?
No, yeah, we'll have to get in the works.
Well, speaking of this, you got the King of the Hill coming up here. I think it's this week. You have some very noted heads-up players in the mix playing here. Scott Blumstein, of course, the World Series poker champ, noted heads-up player. Brandon Adams, another fierce heads-up competitor for many years. Daniel Coleman and current reigning champ Olivier Bousquet coming in the mix here. What do you think about these four going at it?
Yeah, it's actually today, man.
Oh,
did you not? Okay. You think this is my home office? This is my new office. You like it?
Well, I know where you're at right now, but I still thought it was tomorrow.
No, I think it's today and tomorrow. So we have the semifinal matches coming up today.
What are you
right? Yeah, it's today.
Let's work, host. Wait. I
was like, wait, did I just space out? Is it tomorrow? No, it's coming up today, and yeah, it should be good, man. I mean, like, here's the thing about the semifinal day. It's like it could be a few hours, or it could be just like 12. Like, it's really anyone's guess as to like how long the match is going to go on for today. So yeah, that'll be interesting. We'll have to see what goes down. I think it's really cool that Coleman and Bousquet ended up playing each other. I was praying for that, to be honest with you, and it did end up happening. Like, they're like best friends, and like now they have to battle it out, and like I think that's like really good for TV. You know, the other two guys, I think are a little less, familiar with the heads up format, but we don't know. Like, maybe they got some skills, maybe they got some moves. I also lost heads up to Brandon Adams recently. I mean, I'm losing heads up to everyone, Joey. I'm in a free fall. Although I won the most important match versus Elke, because if I had lost that, I had to dye my hair blonde. Do you remember that for the one drop?
I didn't know about the dye your hair blonde thing. I don't think I knew that. No.
We had a challenge going into heads up. If he lost, he had to get a faux hawk, and I sent him to my stylist, and he got a faux hawk. And if I lost, I had to dye my hair blonde.
Wow.
So
what if we made a bet where the loser has to dye their hair blonde?
So someone has to, no matter what?
Somebody has to, yes. So me and you, the loser has to dye their hair blonde.
Joey, if you want to go blonde, you can just do it. You don't have to include me.
I'm ready for a switch up, Doug. Listen, going blonde for you could be that boost that you need to really take your YouTube career to the next step. I'm dead fucking serious. Think about it. Those weird guys with the green hair and with the red hair and I think the hair color, I think that's a way to even stand out even further.
So it's like going Super Saiyan kind of.
It's going something, Doug. I don't know what it's going. Could be Super Saiyan. I mean, little Jeremy Lin going on there. Shout Jeremy Lin. Hope you get better, Jeremy. But yeah, it could be something like that. Yeah.
Well, what would the bet be here, Joe? You got to give me more than this. It has to be like an actually interesting bet. It can't just be like, yo, let's flip a coin and someone has to go get their hair blonde today.
Could be. I don't know. It could be like a basketball shooting.
Like you would pull blonde off better than me.
It could be like I used to actually be blonde back when I was younger, and I got to say it was GTO. So I don't really mind going blonde.
It wasn't GTO.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, probably. I think I looked okay personally. Shout out to my mom, but yeah, I mean, I don't.
Just give your mom a shout out for your genetics. That was unbelievable. I have never seen something like that before.
My mom blessed me. I thank God for my mom. But speaking of genetics, it's just been your actual real brother. How did I not know about this young Elliott Polk? Is this like a fake brother? Is he trying to be on Twitch now? What's up with Elliott? What's up with this kid?
Yeah, so I have a younger brother. He's 2.5 years younger than me. I also have a younger sister who's 9 years younger than me. And my brother one day, he just texts me and he's like, yo, I think I'm gonna start streaming on Twitch. And I was like, all right, I know this. I'm familiar with those streets. He's like, yeah, I'm streaming right now. And I pull it up and he's just like at the computer, just like playing some video games on Twitch, and I was like, "This is amazing." So I just like gave him like a tweet or whatever, and hosted his channel and stuff. So I mean, I think he's getting in the Twitch streets, man. Like he likes the streaming, he likes video games. Um, you know, if he wants to do it, power to him. You know, when you start Twitch, you're excited, and then eventually, you know, the weight of the world crashes down on you, and you feel the pain as the energy is sucked from your body, and you slowly sit there dying. But you know, I think it's something that he's still excited to do right now, and you know, I also think it's better, Joey. I think if you're streaming video games, it's a lot more fun than poker. Like the problem with streaming poker is it is really, really draining because you have to deal with like actually important decisions while managing like people. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
I guess if you played stakes where you just don't care at all, it's fine. But I actually played a lot of high stakes and stuff on stream, and like I can't just like you know just what's the expression, phone it in, or what's the expression for like not trying very hard. Like you know you're playing higher stakes, you have to like actually care. And so if I try and like only play, then it's boring for the users. If I only talk to them, my play gets messed up. So you have to like really focus. And you know sometimes you have to stream for like 8, 10, 12 hours, especially if you're playing tournaments. Like I had some 10 or 12 hour days, and afterwards I couldn't speak sentences, man. I would try and type something, I look at it, and like I looked and realized that I just missed words. Like I don't know what it is. Like you just get so fried from how mentally draining that is. You know, and I'm sure there are people that are like, oh, he's streaming so hard, but it's actually really draining to go for that long and have to just you know talk to people and try and play poker. I mean, poker itself is draining, man.
Yeah.
Poker, if you're trying to play well and play your A game and really think about everything that's going on and make very you know good informed decisions, it's draining. It takes it out of you. And so I think like adding the streaming element to that is tough. And for all the people out there that are debating starting to stream, you know, my advice, you know, you play poker, you're trying to stream. My advice to you would be this: don't do it. Do not stream. Decide if you're going to be a streamer or a poker player. And if you're going to be a poker player, play poker. Learn, spend your time learning, get better, and move up in stakes. If you're like, oh, I'm going to try and be serious and stream, you know what you're going to do? You're going to do two things kind of shitty because you're going to need to try and play well, and you're not going to be focused on it. And you also give away all your leaks and problems. Like, you know, if you're going to go and play high stakes and you're going to stream it, if you have big weaknesses in your game, you know, if you have leaks in your game, then people are going to find and exploit them, and they're going to know like kind of how you approach things. If you make a really exploitable check fold somewhere, all of a sudden, if I'm watching, I'm like, oh, so this spot I can be betting much more aggressively against him, you know, and really all of those kinds of things. People know where to 3-bet you more, 4-bet you more. You kind of have to play like this is actually kind of good in a way. Streaming kind of makes you have to play stronger, I think, to play better and more well-rounded. But if you're not a good poker player, don't try and stream because then how are you going to get good at both? You just don't have the time.
Yes, guys. So if any of you high stakes players out there are thinking about getting on the Twitch streets, just you know make sure that you're a very strong player to do that first, and just kind of take that disclaimer from Doug seriously. But we've seen some guys out there improve their skill. Grind Nation members like a Bulero or a All In Pav. I feel like these guys have been streaming and playing poker, and they've been getting better and better. Results are continuing to improve and improve as well.
Yeah, it can be done, but it's also very difficult. And it's also reaching a point with Twitch where, you know, whenever a new game comes out, there's room to get in there and battle. But once people are entrenched and they have like the follower base and they've built big followings, you need something unique and something competitive that gets you ahead of the field, or you're not going to make it. I mean, at the end of the day, the directory is competitive, and if you're not number one in the directory, you're going to be losing potential people you could get otherwise. So you got to find like a new angle. You got to find a way to bring in people that you might not otherwise, and it's tough, man. I just don't think there's a lot of potential there. I think that you're going to fail.
Yeah, guys, if you're going to stream, you need to hope to get a sponsorship from PokerStars, so that way you can support your plight as a professional streamer. Because yeah, I mean, I don't know, you gotta sometimes pray. So I haven't opened Twitch in a long time, Papi. I mean, I've maybe opened a couple times, but for the most part, I have not looked at Twitch that much. So I don't really know what's happening in the Twitch poker space. Do you have any idea what's going on over there?
I know Rozzy has been crushing lately. Lex Veldhouse, I think he's like, you know, the second or third biggest streamer, maybe even the first. I don't know. I know Somerville has been like just MIA. He hasn't been streaming in a long time. I know Tonka's still been doing good, growing, I don't think he's been streaming quite as much. Maybe he has been. I'm not over there that much, to be honest with you. But I know he is streaming. Obviously, like Poker Night in America streams their events over on Twitch. Like today, we're on Poker Night TV. I'm going to be hosting the event. But yeah, I don't find myself on Twitch that much. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I never really watched any streamers. I never really was into the Twitch scene that much. I have watched events, like if there's something going on with like an event, like where people are actually playing poker, I'll watch that. But I just never really got into watching like the Big 12 or whatever, the big 14-22 cent tournament. It just, I don't know. Yeah, it has to be at least a $23 tournament, maybe like a hot 23 to get my interest going.
Sure.
But it wasn't really for me. And I think like once you're a high stakes player, your perspective is probably different on it as well. You're a little more jaded. You're a little more, it's a little less interesting, right?
I mean, listen, I've never watched a fucking tournament. I don't really know, dog. I'm not sure. The only tournaments I watched were when like somebody went really deep. They're like when you were trying to win a $270,000 first place. I kind of watched that one, I believe. So yeah, it's a very rare time I will go watch Twitch. But by YouTube's a different story. Are you watching? Are you paying attention to what's happening with YouTube poker right now? I'm not sure. I don't think any new revelations for the most part. I feel like the content's been pretty similar. You have me making drunk videos at midnight. The night before I put out a video and getting some of the pre-pop action correct. We have, Andrew Nemi putting out some very great video blogs out there still. We got more other video bloggers. Shout out to my boy Check Race Charles. Shout out to Cody John Arnold, one of the best video bloggers in the entire world out there as well. And for the most part, it seems like everything's pretty much stayed the same.
Yeah, I haven't been as involved in the YouTube streets lately either. I think a lot of the bigger channels are not growing as much. I don't think Negreanu has been posting very much. I think some of the vloggers, their growth has dropped off a bit. I did a video with Brad Owen a few weeks ago that was pretty LOL. But yeah, like I just feel like it's not growing at the same pace that it once did. It's tough out there right now, man. It's tough out there in the streets. Like, there's just not the same search volume, and generally speaking, this time of the year has been traditionally better, but it's been because there's more hype for the main event final table to be played, and this year obviously it's already been played, right? So I think we're going to see a much lower volume period of time for views over the October and November stretch than we used to traditionally see.
The poker content streets have gotten the poker content solver that was put out there by certain people. People have been buying that solver, and now thumbnails are solid, titles are solid, video. They put the music in there solid. I think everyone out there is just playing a strong game over there for the most part, and you got to find new ways to exploit the weaker content creators, and you got to find new ways to find your edges in terms of increasing your big blind per 100 in different spots. Maybe it could be with the quality of your setup. It could be the quality of the music. It could be the quality of the content. It could be the quality of personality. So you got to figure out there, where are your edges? Where can you exploit the audience for the gains? And I think that's the question you and other people out there face, Doug.
How did you do that with a straight face? That was amazing. The thing is, though, like it's not like that. Like, it's not competitive like that on YouTube. I actually I think it's great when Negreanu is posting stuff, because then, I can respond to some of it, or like I'll show up in the sidebar, or I'll be the next video up. So, when everyone's making videos, it's better for everybody. But, yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm actually at an interesting point in my life right now, Joey, because, like, I've got a lot of options on what I could do. I've got many options on what I could do. But I don't feel super strongly that there's a clear one to do. Like, two years ago, it was like, all right, we're going to get out there. We're gonna make some vids. We're going to stream. We're going to promote. I guess I'm getting an Instagram account. We're gonna make it happen. And I've been doing that, for the last couple of years. But now it starts to feel like, okay, well, I don't think that's as necessary anymore. I think that, like, Upswing Poker is up and running. I've managed to, like, get my name out there and make a lot of the content I wanted to make. So what do I want to do now? Do I want to do more, crypto stuff? Do I want to do more, business side of the stuff? Do I want to do more, focus on like health and just kind of like personal life stuff? Do I want to play more poker? Do I want to, continue to make videos? Do I want like there's so many options that I could do. Do I want to just totally change gears? Do I want to just one thing I've always wanted to do in my life, I've always wanted to get into politics at some point. I know that's like
6. Jesus.
what? What?
I listen. Okay, listen, Doug. I'm my current power rankings for Doug are Poker Dog number 1. Number 2 is probably like arguing with Daniel Negreanu on something related, Doug. Number 3 is going to be some sort of like football Doug. Football Doug and crypto Doug. They're somewhere down there around 6 to 7. I think political Doug's got to be down there around 9 or 10. So I don't know if I'm quite ready for political Doug to start making his way back up the trenches here.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that's pretty reasonable, but I also feel like more and more the current state of like the political climate in the U.S. like annoys me. I just think that we've lost like what being a moderate is like in this country, and there are so many people out there that are just taking extreme viewpoints and just, I mean, both sides of the aisle just have a bunch of nut jobs, and for some reason we're letting them mainly do the talking. And I just feel like it's time that like there's more of a return to like sensible moderate politics. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, maybe I won't get into politics. I really don't know. I'm talking about what's going through my mind, like how I feel about things, like what I want to do with my life. And yeah, that is definitely an option that I'm considering.
You know what? Fuck it, Doug. I'm in. Political Doug wants to make the rise. I'm up there. Can I get a seat in something? Can I be in like a committee? I'll move where do I gotta move? Just let me know where I gotta move to.
You're on the ticket? You're on the ticket?
Let's not get carried away. I'm not on the ticket. I'm like one of those guys you elect down the road. Like Trump elects all his boys to be in the fucking Secretary of Energy and stuff like that. I just want to be Secretary of Energy or something of that nature. I want to be somewhere in there for sure. We'll bring Jay Nandes over here. We'll make him Secretary of fucking Being Jay Nandes. I don't know, man. Pie charts.
He's got to run the Department of Education.
Jesus Christ, he really does. I'm serious. So that could be cool. I mean, I guess for that to happen, what happened to the YouTube comedy Doug? That YouTube comedy Doug was pretty. I like that idea. What happened to him?
I don't know. Like I thought about it, and it just didn't seem like if I'm going to spend time on YouTube, it should probably be poker related or crypto related, because those are like the fields that I'm involved in. As fun as it would be just to like do a channel just for like the lulz, like maybe like make fun of the news or like do whatever. I mean, like, what's kind of like the end goal there? Are you just doing that to become more popular? If so, like, why are you doing it? Like, I don't feel like there's like a fulfilling end goal. Yeah, I don't know, man. Politics is like, I feel like it's something where, I'm competitive, and I think that it's a good space to try and be competitive in. I think I would have like some good tactics for marketing. I think I would figure out like a good platform, and like I feel like I could like go after some people and like do some damage.
Oh boy.
So
Jesus Christ.
I don't know, man.
Hey, listen, I'm all on board to watch, man. We have a good suggestion from a viewer, sofaperdito.net. Shout Sofa. I don't know what that website is, but I'll give you a shout out here. Joey for Secretary of GTO.
Secretary, that could be a thing, right?
That could definitely be a thing. Cosmo says 4chan Troll Doug is definitely number 4 in my book. I actually don't know about 4chan Troll Doug, but I'm assuming he's going to be pretty high up there in the power rankings.
Probably pretty high up. I did see that you could run for mayor of Las Vegas in a year or two, and I was like,
so are you thinking like president? Are you thinking what are you thinking here in terms of where you think these political aspirations could lead you to?
You know what it's like though? I would say it's like this. I would just like start off like locally at some level and just see if I like have the chops and I want to do it and try and win something, in Nevada, or maybe if I move to California at some point. I would start off with something like that. Then I would probably try and run for like a more legitimate like federal position. And then if that went well, I would probably eventually try. You know what I would do, Joey? I would take it as far as I can go before like I realize that I can't hang or like I can't win or whatever. I would just see how far I could go. If I always won, I would eventually run for president. If I lost day one, year one, I would probably not go very far at all. But I would like push the limit, man. I don't play poker to like stay at the small stakes. Like you move up, right? And one day you want to be battling Dur. So I'm just hoping that one day I get to battle Dur for some real stakes,
Do you think if you used Tom Dwan in your headline speeches that it would be as good of a strategy as it is when you create poker content or do any sort of poker tweeting?
Yeah, no, the center of my campaign would be based around, of course, Tom Dwan, because it's what the people want to know. I mean, you just have to, you can't ignore it because then that's awkward, and if you talk about it, you know, that's awkward. So it's going to be awkward one way or another.
Yeah, I think a nice balanced strategy of Tom Dwan and Dan Bilzerian in terms of what you're talking about and what you're putting out there in terms of your message, I think could work really well, especially as those people bring in the views. Maybe you should just make all your video content on YouTube about Dan Bilzerian and Tom Dwan. What if you made a video about Dan Bilzerian and Tom Dwan at the same time?
I already did that.
When was that?
Like, I don't know, a few weeks ago. It was when they were playing poker. Yeah, it was great. I mean, it got views, man. It brought the views. I actually, Joe, I had my first million view video across the million view threshold like a few weeks ago, I think.
What's that one? What that one? What video is that?
It was the truth about Dan Bilzerian. People love truth.
Yeah, and I don't think he's played online poker since that video. Doug, thank you for exposing the truth to Dan Bilzerian. I'm sure Dan Bilzerian was very happy about that video being put out there about himself.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? You win some, you lose some.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe you can run that video back. Maybe Joe,
it is pretty ridiculous though. He's like, oh yeah, I made all of this money from poker. Like, oh, and your dad's fortune was never found. Oh, that's interesting. Come on.
Hey, I don't know. Allegedly, Doug, right?
Always allegedly.
Allegedly, for sure, man. Do you have some shout outs to give, Doug? You got a shout out you want to give somebody out there? What do you want to say?
You always bait me into this game. You're like, Doug, give some shout outs and make them real shitty. So I can be like, hey, what's up, mamacita, papi, what's up, what's happening, what's good, eat, sleep, PLO, oh, it's my boy Super Dave, I love Dave, what's up, Dave, the man, the magic man, Dave, and then I'm like, what, and then you're like, all right, Doug, do some shout outs, and I'm like, hey, Cole World, what's up with Douglas Watson, oh, my name's also Doug, shout out to Dave Rickson, haven't seen that name before, you know, and then it's just like, I don't know. You do the shout-outs, Joey. You were born to do the shout-outs. You do the shout-outs.
Did you know that I have a eat? You know, like football players or like people shoot a basketball, they have like the 3 to the head, or they have like the chap their chest.
Or like this, or what is like the like what's like the
3 eyes? Yeah, the 3.
Yeah, that one's good too. Yeah.
Did you know I have a thing when I win a big pot? I have a dance too.
I'm sure people love that.
Let me show people what the dance. I have one. It's eat, sleep, PLO. It's eat, and then there's shortcuts too. So there's eat, sleep, PLO. See? See, that's a good one.
Eat, sleep. And what's the PLO?
The 4 card. Do it. Yeah, do it. Okay, do it one more time.
Eat, sleep. Oh wait, I went to sleep again. Yeah.
But then you have a shortcut when you're tired. You go eat, sleep, PLO. But then when you want eat, sleep, PLO, then you whip out the big one right there when you win a big pot. You know what I mean?
This is why people don't like PLO. It's people like you, Joey. You're too extreme, man. People don't want to get stacked by you, and you're doing like dances and shit. That's like not what they want. Imagine how tilting it would be if someone stacked you and they did a dance.
Fuck, man, that'd be awesome.
That actually happened to me in the one drop. Oh, well, I didn't get stacked, but Antonio Sfondiari won it all, went against me for like half my chips or more. And then actually started dancing around the table, and I was just like, I'm just gonna have to sit here and watch. There's not really any other options.
Yeah. All right, let me give some shots here. Let me put the water on off. All right, give a couple shots here. Joey Jimmy01, what's up, Papi? What's happening, Joey Jimmy? I like that name, bro. Ulrich A-Ray, got them in the chat. My buddy Wayne Chiang getting paid by Live at the Bike. What's up, Wayne? Alexis Sterner, what's up, Lexi? What's going on, girl? Coramosa, Caramosa, Mota, Mamacita, Margarita, Papi. Hey, Coramosa. See. Who else we got? Justin Quinn, what up, Justin? Douglas, don't call me Polk, call me Watson. What's up, Douglas Watson? What's going on out there, man? How's it going? What's up, Poppies? Alex Wilson tuning in. C West, Mr. ABC, Steve Brown, Big Papi, Sam Habil. What up, Papi? It's the Joey. What's going on? Super Passy 7. What's happening, bro? Martin Van Der Earth, what up, kid? James, what up, James? Weird motherfucker. What up, Maria DeRocha? I like Maria. Story. I don't know. That's all I got. What do you got? Con Laughlin, what up, Con? What's happening? I think Con is kind of a woman or a man. I'm not sure actually anymore.
Bro, you were born to do that. You were born to do that. That was so natural. It was so good.
Thank you.
If there was a job and it was a professional shout outer, you would easily have it. Easily.
Maybe you should have a segment of your videos where I come on for like 25 seconds and give people shout outs.
Like, and now time for some shout outs, Joey. And then you like roll in. Like, hey, just like come in from the side and start doing shout outs. And then I'm like, all right, that's me. I'm like, all right, and back to the news. Next up, our top story tonight. Just like,
it could be cool where like, let's say you have comments in the last video, and then I just like all of a sudden I pop up and it's like, oh, all right, shout out to Craig Wilson out there. You commented last time. You told Doug to suck his dick. Hey, Craig, love that fun, you know, whatever. Like
classic Craig. That's how with Jim and Steve, I heard.
He really does, honestly. New channel for shout outs. What if I just made a channel of shout outs where I just shouted out people? That was all the channel what it was.
That would actually be pretty funny, but so stupid.
Well, like a Papi's out there, and she's fucking retarded, and she does, you know, shout her to whatever, man. I don't know, Jesus Christ, she's dumb, stupid, whatever. And she does make these videos. I mean, there's a lot of really stupid fucking videos out there, Doug. A lot of stupid fucking channels making some of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my entire life. So it's possible.
I was like debating who to bang there, but then I didn't want to do it. I was like, who should I make fun of here? And I was like,
Why, do you think there's some bad channels out there?
No, I was just gonna say it was a good layup for a joke. No, I mean there are plenty of bad channels out there. It's just there are not a lot of bad people out there is the thing. Like all the people making videos on YouTube, like I like them as people, except you know, but seriously though, like
when are you and Daniel Negreanu gonna wrestle? When are you guys gonna do something? What's up? I feel like you two are just flirting with each other on the outskirts on social media, but we need you guys to get in the mix and really get in there.
Yeah, actually, I ran into Negreanu at a Golden Knights game. I got my Golden Knights shirt on, and like I was leaving the arena after the game, and I ran into him. We started talking for a little bit, and I forget what like prompted it, but like he like pretended to like grab me by the neck and like start like hitting me in the side. And he's like, oh, and right before he said something like, man, like you're actually really big. If we had an MMA fight, it wouldn't be very fair. And I'm like, why are you thinking about us having an MMA fight? But anyway, so he like starts like hitting me, and I'm like, and I do a couple things like, and then I picked him up, and like people took phones out to try and videotape, and I did like a swirl thing, and I put it back down on the ground because he's like actually like, pretty small. But I don't have a video clip of that. It would have been really great. I wish that it existed.
What? What are you talking about right now? Was this before or after the meat comment on Twitter?
It was it was right after the comment where like he like called the country that it was in like a civil war or some bullshit, and then said like there's like two sides you have to pick, and I responded and I was like, this is part of the problem.
So let me go. Oh, let me back up. Let me go walk through here. I just want to make sure I get this. Okay, so you see Daniel Negreanu at a Golden Knights Nuggets game. And then he puts you in the little headlock, gives you he alphas the shit out of you with a little bit of punches. You say you don't want to be a beta. You don't want to be a beta cuck. You do some back to him, and then you pick him up. Allegedly, you pick him up in the air and spin him around and then put him down, or what? Is that true?
That happened. That actually happened. That's a real thing that happened in real life.
Dude, that was alpha. That was pure alpha by you, bro. Honestly. That was pure alpha. Do you know, I actually have a memory of one person doing some sort of like little alpha thing that stuck with me. And it's a man who's disappeared from our YouTube lives, I think, for the most part. But it was a man known as Alec Torelli, AA, England Alec, man. Yeah, I remember England Alec did like he did a little, maybe it's like a thing these guys do. I don't know. He did like I think he did a little something like that at the Poker Wars last year. And I was like, kind of weird. But, you know, I don't know. It was very like, anytime like you want to, like you give him a little tap or something. I don't know. It's like some sort of thing. Is this what guys do when it's the people they've never seen before? They give them some fucking taps in the shoulder. I don't know.
What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about.
What do you mean?
With Alec?
Well, yeah, I AA, me and AA, not you and AA. Me and AA has something, yeah.
Well, what happened?
I don't know. I saw him at the Poker Awards, and he gave me like an alpha Alec. I don't know. He did something. I can't remember the exact specific thing, but I was a little bit like, oh, strange. Okay, I was taken aback by exactly what you tried pulling in Negreanu, where Negreanu pulls you and punches you in the side. It's like a similar kind of move like that. Or like when LeBron patted Kyrie on the head, you know what I mean? Like what, like that's the sort of thing like that.
Yeah, it's hard for me to understand with like just the only gesture being this. Like I don't know what this means. Like yeah, he pulled one of these, and I'm like, oh, of course, I hate those. Those suck. You know what? When you do this, you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of like how white people greet each other on accident. I've been part of so many of like this whole thing. And you first it went like this, and then both look like that, but the motion's already going. So you start off like this, and by the end it's like that. Oh my god, white people, right?
Listen, Doug, you got to be careful now. If you're going to run for president, you can't say things like that because they're going to run this tape back, and then whatever. It's a whole other thing. But I always just go in for that open hand, Doug. I mean, you shaking a lot of hands. I go in for the open hand. I'm like, what up, bro? What up? I'm like, yeah, what up? What up? What's happening, bro? Bring a fucking shoulder in like that. What's your strategy when you meet people? Because you meet a lot of people. A lot of people come up to you. They take photos with you. They want to hug you. They want to kiss you. They want to love you. They want to touch you. What's your strategy for when you meet someone at a stop or whatever, and you want to say what up to them? You want to greet them?
That's actually an interesting question. I've never thought of that before. I would say in general, handshake. I feel like the bro pound is if you're like closer friends, you know?
Yeah.
Like the bro pound is if like I know you and like we hang out or something. But like the handshake is like a more formal, like nice to meet you or whatever. But it also kind of depends. Like if someone goes to the bro pound, I'm not going to give them the handshake. You know, you gotta equal the playing field.
I like taking the step. I like where I put the hand forward no matter what. I want to sort of set the tone for what that interaction is going to be on a hand-to-hand connection basis. So I like to go for the what up.
Right now.
I'm serious, man. Listen, hey,
setting the tone.
I want to set the tone for what the hand-to-hand interaction is going to be. I want to set it what's going to be. I'm like, what up? Oh man, I just washed my hands, bro. Give me a pound. That's how you get away from that. If you want to give them the pound, you say, I just washed my hands. Let me give you a little pound here. You see my hands are wet.
Why would I want to give them the pound?
I mean, it's a hand pound, bro.
Why have you thought so much about this?
Because when I'm walking around the Rio, and you like meet people or you're seeing people. I know a lot of people, Doug. Listen, I'm a man of the people, all right? I'm a man of people I know. I'm not a man of random people like you are. You're a man of the random people out there. But when I see people I know, I want to say, what's up, man? What up, bro? Yo, shit, what up, girl? What up, kid? What's something like that. So I'm thinking about this. Yeah, I put a little bit of thought into this, Doug. I can't help it.
So I come onto your channel and you call anyone that likes my work random. Like, Doug, you got all the randoms, and like we actually got some cool peeps here on the channel. Like, what?
No. We have winning. First of all, Doug, my channel's full of winning players that watch my stuff. Your channel's full of losing players. No shots at them. It's fine. A lot of people lose at poker, but the people that watch Joey Ingram 1 content here on YouTube, some of the top winning poker players in the entire world, and you just have too many at this point. Honestly, when your channel was smaller, like mine, you had more winning players, but now you got a lot of donks in there. Okay, I get it. It's cool. It's okay. I understand. But yeah, I gotta say that, right? Yeah, winning players and losing players, right?
All right. Yeah, I see how it is, man. I see how it is. Don't worry, like guys. If you're a fan of my channel, I got you.
But if you are one of those losing players, feel free to sign up for the Upswing Poker Lab now with a no limit hold'em and a pot limit Omaha edition. Go sign up right now for some of the top poker training in the entire world. What do you think about that?
That was good. That was nice. It was a nice segue.
Thank you.
But I mean, I do agree with you. Like, as channels actually get views, they start to become more casual. True. So obviously, you don't have that problem, and that's kind of nice in a way. But like as you grow, you're gonna have more and more casual people. That's just the way that it works.
Yeah, I like to keep my shit small around here, Doug. I like to use very inefficient strategies and record my videos drunk. That way, I ensure that more people won't like my things. So trust me, Doug, I'm well aware of the intricate YouTube strategies that go into things like this. So that's kind of where my head's been at lately. My head's been in that place. Can you tell?
Yeah, no, that's nice. What have you been up to lately, Joey? What have you been up to? What's new? I mean, we both live in Las Vegas. Like, we never hang out. What's going on?
Let me think who's watching first. Hold on. Let me just decide how much I want to say right now. Shout out to the stalkers. Doug, I've been getting out of line. I'm gonna tell you right now. Okay, I've been drinking a little bit, Doug. I've been having a couple of beverages, not by myself, of course. I'm not alcoholic. Shout out to alcoholics out there. If you drink by yourself, that's cool, whatever. But I've been hanging out with friends, Doug. But you make a good point though. Is when I moved here, I thought that I would hang out with just more people in general, but I sort of went back to my old ways where I'm just so used to staying home. I'm used to working out at home, reading. I like to read a lot. I like to write a lot. And I haven't really broken that habit of just like, hey, why don't I go outside more? And I don't know, I've just had that kind of bad habit in a lot of ways for the past, I mean, not a bad habit, but when I was focused on poker, I just played poker all the time. I didn't really do a lot of other things. But now when I'm in Vegas, there's the opportunity to do so much more and hang out with so many more people that it's been a challenge to sort of just break out of that habit. And I just get so used to days go by. And then I, let's say I hang out with a nice female friend or once in a while or a couple, whatever, some things happen. And then it's like, oh, wait, I can go see my friend Doug, or I could go hang out with Andrew. I could go hang out with Steve, or I could go hang out with, these sort of people. So that sort of challenge for me, I feel like I was excited about that challenge, but I have failed that challenge pretty hard for the most part since I've been here.
It's also tough for me specifically because I feel like I'm always traveling for stuff. And then when I do get home, I'm not like, yeah, let's go out and go hard. Like, I'm like, I need to like center myself, like get in a good schedule, get some workouts in, like eat some healthy meals, like do some vids. The vids are always pounding. Joey, there's always vids to be made. I'm gonna die, and on my deathbed, I'm gonna reach up to Caitlin. I'm gonna grab her and be like, "Don't forget to post on Tuesday," and then I'm just gonna pass away. That's gonna be it.
Wow, that's dramatic as fuck.
It's because the vids never end. There's always more vids. You never like did the vids and the vids are over. It's like, yo, the vids are back, and this time they're worse than that, or whatever. They're always back.
And you know what? That's actually something I don't like that much about doing YouTube stuff is that like it just keeps going and never ends. It's like, oh, if I get up to 100K, it's like, well, then you want to get to 150K. If you get to views, or if you get to whatever, if you make a video, it's like you make 5 good videos. You're like, well, now I got to make 5 good more. It's like, damn, man. And that's something I've sort of. And that's a big reason why I think that sometimes I've gone through little spurts where I maybe do a couple weeks, but then I'm like, well, fuck, how long do I keep this up for? You just keep doing this over and over and over again. And I think that's its own little unique challenge that people face when they come to creating content.
Yeah, it's tough. I actually had a really disappointing week like a month ago or so. I had like 4 videos in a row lined up that were like all great videos. Like I had like a breaking news where something very interesting happened. I had like I had that $5 million challenge to Tom Dwan, which is still standing, by the way. Tom, if you're out there, we'll still play you. If it's too small, we can always increase the stakes. But I did that video. I did like a hand breakdown of like $1 million pot, and I did some other like good videos as well. I had like 4 like really great videos lined up, right? And individually, they all did well. Like they all got a good number of views. But then like I was like, all right, my channel's gonna get some growth here, right? From like I'm putting out a lot of great videos. And then I didn't get any new people. There were no new subs or for the channel. And I look at that and I'm like, damn, like one of the reasons I went so hard for so long was like the growth. And if the growth's not going to be there, then it starts to become really like, why would I make a video every day? You know what I'm saying?
So is that a sample size thing though? 4 days? I mean, let's say you before you got a lot of growth because you were doing those 4-day videos, you were doing them every single week for multiple weeks. So maybe with the off and on sort of scheduling that you've gone in, and if you kind of look around what's happened in other YouTube spots, people don't take these same breaks. For the most part, people keep putting out this sort of consistent content for the rest of their entire fucking lives. And that's how they capitalize on drama, which, maybe there's more opportunity for you to do with that. There's, I think what you look at what works in other things, it's just they do a lot of collaborations too. And in poker, there really isn't that many people to collaborate with. I'm sorry, Doug, I do apologize for not being someone better to collaborate with. It is definitely my fault. And I let the squad down on that end. Shout out to me. Maybe we'll make up for it one day. But yeah, I mean, there's, I guess maybe it's other angles, or so sort of going back to that consistency that took you to this point too. Could be something to think about.
Yeah, no, I mean, sample size is important, but I think the main thing is like it's about like market saturation, and like once markets are saturated, in this case, the market has seen my videos or not. It starts to matter less if you're putting out good stuff, which I don't know, it just isn't as fun when it gets to that point.
What about pleasing the people that you already have lined up? Pleasing the 80 to 100,000 people that come out there and want to watch all the videos.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Except the Polk and Omaha videos with Jane Anna's, of course. They're slightly less percentage of that number.
Sure. I mean, I still like making videos. My favorite thing, man, like when I have like a good joke in like a video that I'm like excited to put out, I love it, man. And you put the video out, and then like the joke is like good, and then like the people like in the comments enjoy it. Like I love that stuff, but not like every day of my life love.
Can you make a video of you coming up with some of these jokes for these news? I don't know how you do it. I'm like watching my phone. Like, where does he come up with these things? And like I've talked to you when you're making some jokes, and you're like, yeah, I think I'm gonna talk about like when you go to a tree and the tree grows and then Dan Bilzerian's head. I'm like, what the fuck? How the fuck come up with that? So I think if you made a video of how you come up with some of your videos and your jokes, I think that could be fun. I would want to watch that.
It's actually an interesting process. So normally, like, I'll have a call with Thomas, my video editor, seriously serious, and we'll have a call and we'll like all right, so this is like kind of what we're doing. These are the topics. You know, what are our headlines going to be? Like, try and make like witty like headlines. From there, take into like possible jokes. Like, I'll give some ideas, he'll give some ideas. We'll kind of work together on it. Sometimes I'll have like some really clear ideas. Like, I really want to do this thing because I think it's funny. Sometimes he'll have good ideas and he'll have ideas for what we should do. And then once we've kind of come to those conclusions, I'll record. When I record, if I like during the recording just think I could say something or do something funny, I'll just do it. And then he'll just decide when he eventually gets all the clips, like what's good and what's not good, right? So I'll just always give him as much footage as possible, and then he takes it. And then if he likes the way that the jokes that I made are gonna look, he keeps them in. And if he has any new things he can add to make them funnier, he'll add them in. And then that's how a video gets made. It's like that process.
Shout out to Serious, always putting out great stuff now, and I mean, he's man. The guy does great work. So big shout out to him. Have you been able to see him a lot since you guys have been living out here together?
Yeah, we actually went to a hockey game like a week ago or so. Then he got kind of sick this week. A lot of people actually been sick around me lately. Caitlin got sick.
Me too.
You got sick too? I'm
sick right now. Yeah, people. Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, but there's been a lot of sick people lately. But yeah, I've hung out with him a few times. It is cool to have him in Vegas. We've I would say like met up to talk about videos and stuff less than I originally planned, but part of it is the traveling, man. Like I'm gone out, like I'm only in Vegas half the time, you know, if even. So it's like very difficult when you're moving around that much to actually get time to like sit down and like plan things and like come up with ideas and stuff. So yeah, that's like one of the tougher aspects. When I started YouTube, everywhere I went, I brought my camera and recorded videos in all the hotels and stuff. And like, I just don't have like the heart to do that anymore. It's like, it's time consuming. It's like uncomfortable. Your setup's not very nice. And you just like have to like, you just pump shit out, you know?
I don't know, man. I think Stapler's going to overtake you. He brings his camera everywhere, bro. He brings the team, he brings his stapler, brings his trainer, hotel room, outdoor, Czech Republic, Costa Rica. He brings it everywhere, man. I feel, are you worried about somebody like Jamie maybe overtaking you sometime soon?
If Jamie overtakes me, more power to him, man. This isn't like a competition. I'm not like out there to like, my only goal is to be bigger than Jamie Staples. Like, wait, I'm gains. No, I'm just kidding.
You're burying them now. You've been losing weight.
Yeah, no, that's true.
What happened to your workout challenge, Doug? When are you gonna bring the workout challenge back? You were silencing the haters. Now they've been, did Doug eat upswing? Did Doug eat? Like, but Daniel said before and after. I'm like, I kind of see it, but
I don't know, man. I mean, the problem with the workout challenge was like I was working out every day, but I wasn't really like losing that much weight.
It's a process, Papi. It's a process.
Yeah. It's tough, man. It's tough. It's the thing is like during that stretch, I made it like an absolute priority. Every day I had two things. I worked out and I did a YouTube video. And so I felt like I kind of slipped in a lot of other aspects of my life.
For sure. Yeah.
Suffered from that. So it's all about a balance that I seem to never find.
Yeah.
Like I'm always like crushing on one front or maybe a couple of fronts, but then I'm like slipping on others. So it's hard to always be on top of it, you know.
I definitely do know that. Mark Kelso said, what did Mark Kelso say? He said the off and on for YouTube. The off and on is definitely a deterrent to a lot of casual people. People want to be involved in what's going on, not what's happening sometimes.
So like post daily is what this person's saying?
Seems like more often, yeah. Don't have those sort of lulls and things, I think.
Yeah, I mean, ideally you don't have those lulls and things, but it's not always realistic. And another thing is too, like I really try to put out like good videos, you know, and in general, I feel like just forcing a video just to have a video now, it just doesn't really feel like it's worth it. Like, do I just like do a video on a hand that happened 5 years ago today because like I need a video, I don't have one? It doesn't really make sense to me to do that. So yeah, I don't know. I gotta figure some stuff out, Joey. I'm at an interesting point in my life right now. I felt similar kind of before I took on like the challenge with YouTube and everything. I feel like now I'm going into a little bit more maintenance mode on some of those things while I figure out the new direction I'm going. And there's a lot of options. That's like what I'm really grateful for, is that I'm at a position in my life now where in my late 20s, I can kind of pick like where I want to go. Like if I decided tomorrow, I woke up and I said, you know what, this is the thing I really want to do. I could just say fuck it and just do that thing, because I'm in a position where I'm able to do that. I don't have to like my own guy. I don't have like companies that I work for. I don't have like, I'm my own guy. I'm my own man, and I don't have like shit I have to shill for. Like I promote my own companies and that's it. So like I feel like I could just walk away to some extent from things and do what I want to do. The question is, what do I want to do? And that's like actually like a really interesting question, I think.
That's the question I ask myself. That's when you say, what have I been up to? I said, man, trying to figure out what I want to do. But poker, PLO, not the same as, it's just like, I don't know. It's tough to figure that out. Are you feel like you're leaning towards one option more than the other option?
No, I'm not really sure now. For now, yeah. I'm going to just keep the train going. I'm going to keep doing some videos, just less often. I'm going to keep being involved in a lot of these poker shows. I'm going to keep being involved with Upswing. I'm going to, continue to try and promote and grow CoinCentral. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting because like the other thing too is I feel like, Joey, like I feel like in our careers, we're like really off the beaten path. We're like out there in the forest and we're just like chopping down trees and trying to build a house, and like there's no one else out here, it's just us. And I'm just like, it's like kind of awkward. Like, what do we do? Where do we go? Whereas I feel in like a lot of traditional job types, the path is somewhat set. Like, you go to school, then you go to law school, then you become a lawyer, and then you try to become a partner, and then you are a partner, and then you know what I'm saying? But with specifically poker, and then also definitely, content, there's no like outline like that. You don't like do this and then that, you have to figure out your own way, figure out your own strategy and where you're going to try and go with things. So, yeah, I guess like part of life is figuring out what that journey looks like.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's what makes poker, for me, made poker so kind of easy in some ways, is that there was like that stepping stone. You start at small stakes, you get to high stakes. Like there's the path you get there, and you figure out how to make that path. Whereas in a lot of this stuff, there really isn't necessarily that same thing. It's, you can do all sorts of things for different reasons, for different interests. And if your goal is making money, it's not always about getting the most views for things. You can make a lot of money by figuring out different ways to optimize that sort of strategy or things. So it's,
yeah. Actually, I want to talk about that too, because that's actually an interesting subject, I think. So this year I had my most profitable year I've ever had. I made like several $1 million, and I'm looking at it and it was really great. Like I'm not in any way complaining, but I don't think that making like as much money as possible is really like what I want to do, because I just don't care enough. Like I know there are people out there like every dollar, we got to fight for every edge. We got to do everything we possibly can. We got to become as rich as possible. And like one day maybe you're a billionaire because you're getting so rich. And it's just like, I don't think I want that. I don't think that I like that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like making money. I'm not saying that I don't. And I'm very grateful for the success I've had, but I don't feel like what drives me is money like that. I think what drives me is like to be someone and to do something that's like notable. And I feel like that's more of who I want to be. Because you kind of have to pick to some extent. I mean, you can do both. You can find ways to make good money while you're doing whatever. But at some point you kind of have to pick like what's really important to you and like what's your life about. And I don't think it's money for me. I really don't think it is. So that's part of like kind of where I'm at and like trying to figure out what I want to do moving forward.
Gonna need that money in the political world, Doug. Otherwise the donors are going to be expecting you to do things for them, and then you're not going to have to do things that you don't want to do.
I mean, I'm willing to tackle those bridges when I come to it. I think that like, look, I'm not going to be just someone's puppet that just like is like getting paid to like pitch like corporate agendas. Like, that's not going to be who I am. Does that mean
You're
that
not, you're not working for PokerStars? Come on.
I'm not going to work for PokerStars, Joey. I'm not going to be the face of PokerStars.
Okay.
But, you know, at the same time, like, campaign financing is an important element of politics. You have to find ways to raise money to some extent. I mean, like, I've done well for myself, but I'm not on the, like, I could just, like, put myself through running for something. Like, obviously you have to find ways to get money. So I don't know exactly what that looks like. I'm just trying, you know, I'm kind of reaching a point in my life where, like, I'm trying to figure out, like, what I really value and what is really important to me from like a sense of, you know, who I want to be in 10 years, in 20 years, and also like what I want my life to be about. And it's just weird to me that I always thought it was money. Like, growing up, when you're a kid, you're like, oh man, I want to be rich and like have all this stuff and whatever. And then I feel like once you like start to actually make good money, you know, you kind of realize, like, okay, well, now you have more money. You know, you're definitely like in a good financial position. But like, does that actually change your happiness? I actually don't think that there's a big change in happiness. There actually have been some studies done on this. I think actually up to like around $100,000 net worth, happiness does increase as you become more rich, because, you know, it gives you this flexibility that you don't have otherwise. But then once you reach like 100,000, it doesn't go up that much as you go up from there. It goes up slightly still, but it's not like 0 to 100 or $0 to $100,000. How much happier you are is going to be more than like $100,000 to like 100 million. And even though that sounds insane, it's true because of the way that, you know, the way that you can use that money to change your life. If you have $100,000 net worth, you're not by any means set. You obviously have to do a lot. But if you need to do something, you can afford to do it, you know? So yeah, I guess that's kind of like my thoughts on money and why like what motivates me personally.
You're becoming older, Doug. You're becoming older. You're maturing. You're almost hitting your 30-year-old mark here. You know, maybe that answer is family. Maybe that answer is friends. And, you know, maybe that answer sort of lies in these other areas. And have you thought more about, you know, maybe it could be more of a focus on one of those two things?
I don't think so at this point. I'm definitely going to continue to like work on business stuff. I love working, man. I love working. I love like every day having something to work on and like build and grow. I love being on the grind. I love firing up some tables, you know, blasting some hip hop and like, you know, fucking them up on 4 tables. But yeah, it's just gonna be, what does that look like is really the question.
Yeah. You sound like you miss poker like I miss poker. So I can very much relate to this feeling of when you do this other stuff, you're like, man, this isn't like poker, how poker. And I think it's because a lot of this other kind of stuff, I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's easier to do. And whereas poker always felt like such a challenge, you always compete in, you're always out there, like every day was a challenge where you could win or lose either money, or you could win or lose, you know, feelings, or you could win or lose all these different things. And sort of in this other stuff, that same feeling isn't there, you know. It's like you do something, it's like, oh, even if you lose, you're not really fucking losing, you're still winning. So a lot of times, like, I feel like that same sensation and feeling that poker has given me over the years doesn't really exist in a lot of other areas of things that you can do.
Yeah. Poker was a lot of fun, you know, like, even though it also was very profitable, I just had a lot of fun, like thinking, like, how am I going to beat this guy? Figuring him out, battling it out, like putting in the hands, putting in the time in the lab, figuring out what makes people tick, realizing that you have like an exploit in someone, just like blasting, just like destroying them on 4 tables, and trying to figure out like how I can beat this person and what they're trying to do to beat me. That was so fun. Like, I really miss those days. And I feel like a lot of the solutions to poker have kind of taken the magic out of it, so to speak, in a way, where now it's less about, you know, figuring out exactly what someone's doing and like countering it. It's about like, well, you're supposed to bet 60% pot here with these hands. I don't know. It just feels like not as magical, and you know, I know that's part of like, as games evolve, they become more technical and less stylistic. Jay Nandez said something on a podcast on my channel that I thought was really great. He said there are no styles in poker, just weaknesses. And I was like, that's a very profound but actually true thing, because like, if someone's like the loose guy, he's just too loose. If someone's the tight guy, he's just too tight. If someone's the wild card crazy bluffer, he just bluffs too much. If someone's the nit that will never bluff, you know what I'm saying? These are all weaknesses. These are not styles. They're weaknesses. And I was like, so it's a very true thing to say, but it also like makes me kind of sad to say it, because like styles were one of the things that got me into poker to begin with. Like I remember when I started watching high stakes poker when I first got into poker and looking at Sammy Farha, I'd be like, man, that guy's like, his style's crazy, and then I'm like, wow, that guy was just a complete idiot. You know, like he just. I mean, it's not really like I'm like breaking any new territory here, but you know what I'm saying? At the time, it was.
I'm not ready to go out. Listen, I saw somebody saying Farha played the aces against Jamie Gold's kings. I don't think he's an idiot. I think he just made a bad play that hand.
Regardless, it was really. I was a lot more naive, and I thought that like that stuff, you know, mattered. Styles mattered, but now it's just becoming like technical, like science. These exact numbers, and it takes the love out of the game for me, at least a little bit.
For sure, I would agree with that. I think that's something that I was hoping wouldn't come over to Limit Omaha. Something I mentioned before when we were talking about the PLO Lab and Jane Addis and the solvers and stuff like that. Is that I think that does take away a lot of the fun of PLO for me. That's a big reason why I don't really like watching the limit for the most part. But at the same time, there are still other players who do play different styles, and then certain styles, Sammy Farha style is going to work very well against them to win a lot of money. But it's going to work sometimes bad against other players. You're going to lose money against them. So I think the styles idea still does exist, but maybe more for a live setting than for an online setting, as online is right now.
Yeah, I agree with that. That to some extent.
I had a good joke lined up earlier. I mean, it's no one's going to get it because no one watched the show, bang bang. But so when you were talking about creating poker content, and you really wanted to think about some ideas to create poker content, I was going to suggest two ideas. One, you could create like a new video series around the new PokerCentral show, PokerGO show, Chasing Hearts, the dating show that they have on there, the 8-minute episodes. You create a thing about that. Have you got a chance to watch that yet, Doug?
Honestly, Joey, what were they thinking when they decided to do that? What were they thinking? That show, and I don't say this lightly because there have been some terrible poker shows out there in the world, but that show, I believe, is the worst poker show actually of all time. Number one. I think it's actually the stupidest show premise idea I've ever seen in my entire life. I think it's number one. And look, PokerGo does a lot of great stuff. They do a lot of great stuff. But what were they thinking? Like, and you read the episode descriptions, and I'm like, no. And it's like, can Eric tell that Jennifer's bluffing on this blind date? And I'm like, no, how is that a thing? Why would anyone watch that?
Now listen, guys, I got a show on there too. Major Wager, shout out to me. I'm not saying my show a million times better than that show. You know that show. Listen, I show up to the show. I read my lines for the show. That's all I did. You know, I mean, there wasn't much improvisation going on there. The times that were the funniest were when I was able to improv on there. But I was watching this show last night. It's like a dating show. There's two guys. Shout out to Blake. You know, I like Blake. BeyondSales.com. Shout out to Blake. You know, I got a lot of love for Blake, and he had an alleged dating expert. I'd like to take her on a date, kind of see exactly what her expert dating skills have to offer. I challenge her to that. And then you have these two people and like an alleged, you know, blind sort of, they don't know each other. I don't know how they met. I'm not sure how they're there. They're not the most attractive people, bang, bang, whatever. It's true. It's true. Television. It's true. It brings some attractive people to the table. But then they go on there and then they're like talking to each other, and it's kind of awkward for a first date. I don't really see how these people would even get along or date anyway. And then they sort of break it down from behind the scenes with, they say, oh, she's open, her body. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's, yeah, it wasn't that good of a show, Doug. But I watched 4 episodes. I wanted to give it a chance. But I think if they just had more attractive people as the people that were on the dates, I think that would have been pretty good.
You are not angry enough about what the premise of this show is. This should make you angry.
Why?
Angry that someone decided to do this. When I looked at this for the first time and I looked at it and I saw the Chasing Hearts logo thing and like what it was going to be about, I was like, I checked the date and it still wasn't April 1st. I was like, what could this possibly be? Why would you think this is a thing? Why would they think this would be a success? Who wants this?
I don't know.
Who wants this? I'm sorry, I can't be a part of it. I just can't be involved in this.
I think I actually did pick up one thing. You know, Dave, yeah, I think, Doug, it could be that you're also been a married man for quite a long time now, whereas me, I'm a single man, hungry man, on the prowl, always looking for the next steak, always looking for a nice fillet from a nice steakhouse. I think I saw one thing in there that helped me pick up something of my own that I may have been doing during conversations in terms of the closed and open body language that I picked up on there. So I do got to say I did learn something from the show. So if it was for educational purposes, they succeeded in that.
No, this is not a I'm wifed up thing. This is a terrible, terrible, terrible idea.
Wow, thank God they might pull your affiliate if you're an affiliate for saying something like that. So I don't know. They might not let you make 3 videos a week. You only be able to make 1 video a week now, Doug, or something like that.
I do not. Yeah, I'm not getting any kickbacks. If you're a big fan of me, you want to sign up for PokerGo, use code Joey.
Thank you. Thank you. Listen, I found out I signed up a lot of people somehow. I barely even used the code. I can't imagine what got some of the bigger guys are making, man. What do you think about the I guess when you're promoting things, the giveaways or the affiliate stuff, you know, how do you figure out, what do you think the balance should be? Because I think that's sort of new territory for a lot of us and other poker players I see do it. Is a lot of the guys are always talking about their affiliate codes for things and stuff like that. Some people are super over the top with it. So what do you think about just the GTO way to approach something like that?
Well, the giveaways are interesting. That helps the giveaways. But as far as like how often you do them, you know, I did a few of them. I think every now and then is good. If you just like every time you play, you do a giveaway, it becomes kind of like whatever. It's like I did a few kind of in a row, and I'm on like a giveaway. I'm on a break right now from the giveaways. I'm sure I'll do some again at some point, obviously. But yeah, I like to mix them in every now and then. I think it's like a way to get people excited in the event and what you're doing, and also like when you're running deep in something, people feel like they're kind of part of it because of the giveaway. So I know it's obviously not like you're super likely to win, but I have given away, I don't know, $40,000 to $45,000 in the last year and a half, and it's been to like, I don't know, 20 or 25 or 30 people. So I mean, it's not like this is nothing. Like I've given away like a chunk of money to people in giveaways. But I think it's a win-win. Like it helps me like promote what I'm doing and grow my socials. And it also lets people, you know, kind of have like a little more of a sweat. And then also some people do get to win some reasonable money from it. So yeah, I think it's like kind of like a win across the board. And you know what, I don't need all of the edge. I don't need like, I just don't need it. It's not about that. So yeah, they're fun, man.
People are asking about the Ivey thing. So the Ivey news just broke recently. And the only reason I know anything about this is because me and you researched it during Table Talk back earlier this year when we were looking up what exactly that Ivey situation was about. And we did the 5-minute breakdown. But I guess that Ivey, I don't know, we don't know much about it, so I didn't really want to get into it. But yeah, so Ivey, he got ruled against. What does he owe? 7.7. Did you see any details on this, or should we?
I don't think he ever got paid anything. So he owes 7.7 million pounds. The UK Supreme Court tweeted out today like the I don't know, final resolution or whatever it's called. Not a lawyer. They tweeted out what happened, and yeah, I like quote retweet it with a sad face because it's like kind of sad for Ivey, right? It's a lot of money. But yeah, he basically is not going to get paid 8 million pounds. Wow. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of cheddar.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, I got to look more into the details of that. I'm sure there'll be a breaking news of this incident that does go down very soon. So I'm sure that you'll step up. Have you seen, speaking of new things, have you seen, actually we weren't speaking on new things, but have you seen the PokerStars Power Up? Here's what I've noticed about PokerStars Power Up, Doug. I didn't want to tweet this out because I don't want to, I just do never. But here's how it works, it seems like. The PokerStars pros are like, oh my God, this is like the second coming of Jesus Christ. It's the fucking greatest game of all time. Holy fuck. They're like in their hand, just stroking Power Up, man. And everyone else is like, yeah, rake's pretty fucking high. It's kind of cool idea, but rake's really high. You know, we're not going to play it. It's 15, 20 minutes and stuff. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever it is. So have you got a chance to see this new Power Up, and what are your thoughts on it at all, if you have any?
I have actually not gotten to see it yet, although the idea of like all the PokerStars pros having their dicks out jerking off to PokerStars Power Up is some really class imagery.
No. They're not jerking off there because there's females and males in the team. They're jerking off Power Up, Papi. They're Power Up. They're powered up. Power. Like These guys are just out there like, oh my god, it's so great! Like, holy fuck, have you guys seen Power Up? It's like, all right, calm down, guys. Okay, for fuck's sakes, man. You know, anytime it's only the PokerStars pros who are going off about something, like, come on. I mean, you know what I mean? Jeez, come on.
It's almost like they're paid to say it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It almost feels like that.
Crazy, it really is.
That's weird. That's weird. I wonder why.
I'm triggered. I'm triggered as a motherfucker. You're right. I'm triggered.
I'll say this, Joey. I'll say this. So, and I put this on my videos, but basically, like, I'm always down to, like, knock on PokerStars for bad game types. There have been many to choose from. Beat the Clock. That was an amazing money grab. The whole spin and go thing. They got some other spin and go thing too now. Where, like, very, like,
Doug, imagine a game type where you can win more for second place than first place.
Yes, I'm imagining it.
Thank you.
I'm imagining it. But anyway, so yeah, I get it that, like, there are tons of super bad PokerStars games that I will absolutely drop the hammer on as need be. But the idea of Power Up, I have not played it. I have not seen what it's like. But the idea of Power Up was actually not a bad idea.
I agree.
It's still a skill format, right? I've not seen what it is or what it's become, but a skill format, I'm okay with that. Like, I'm fine with skill card games where, like, it's, like, kind of more gaming related in some way to, like, attract a different crowd. I have no problem with that at all. But, like, the question is, like, how is it implemented? And, like, exactly. You know, what is the skill portion actually like? Is it like a beatable game? If it's a rake trap, then it's just it's not. No.
I'm imagining. Listen, and that's the big thing. Is like, yeah, it'd be great if, you know, if this game came out, it was like Hearthstone. Everyone could play it. Everyone could play it for a while, have a chance to win, have a chance to learn. But come on, we know, you know, they're putting it in, like, some sort of spin and go format. We already know the rake's fucking high. Like, we know these are things that we already know, and we don't have faith in PokerStars to necessarily sort of introduce the game into a way that, okay, people can learn, whatever, get, you know, stuff like that. Like, we just don't have that faith in them. I don't have that faith in them. I don't believe anything that they say for the most part in terms of they want this game to be some sort of fun game people can enjoy. Maybe, yeah, but the overall goal is to make as much money from it as they possibly can. We've seen that from every decision that they've made. So, you know, if it's a different company or something else introducing the game, I'd have a lot more faith in that it's going to be something that has potential. But for PokerStars, I don't know. I don't have much faith in that.
Well, I mean, I have no faith in them to deliver skill game types that, like, are good games to play. I mean, I have no faith in that. But, you know, let's see what it is. Like, let's actually, like, look at what the game type is. If a game comes out and it's like 5 minutes long, no skill, go all in, and in 5 minutes we'll take the rake and put the money back in your account, then that's a pretty easy one to be like, this is shit, you know. But this idea is not necessarily bad. I want to at least get the experience. I want to at least I want to play. Is there a way to play it?
Where do you live?
Can we play? Can we?
Where you live first?
Do they have like a play money version of it or something?
The answer to both questions. The first question is yes. The second question is I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, I want to like.
Do you want to play it, Doug? Where are you located right now?
I would love to play it. I am located in Vancouver, and I'm gonna head down to Philadelphia in an hour to host King of the Hill.
Shout out to TOS. I think then yeah, you're fine. You're good. Load it up.
Shout out to the TOS.
Listen, man, we all got love for TOS, right? We ain't breaking TOS. TOA only. We got love for TOS. Shout out to me. Shout out to TOS. Shout out to no one breaks TOS around here. So, but yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Obviously, the chest. You know, PokerStars chest was a big idea, and we know chest people love the fucking chest. Dude, I gotta say, Doug, they love opening chest. I've heard so much great feedback from people opening up chest that it sort of overwhelmed me. Honestly, it really has.
I love that clip of Jamie Staples getting excited over $10 in a chest. That's honestly one of my favorite clips. $10! He's like so excited.
You see the comment that I left? I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, what is this? He's like, this is fire. This is awesome. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy? Come on, how much they paying this kid, man? You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I've been paying the kid a lot. Listen, the kid needs money. It's okay. You know, that's cool, man.
I'm also like, so I have kind of debated like joining a poker site in some capacity. You know, I've talked with a few different ones. I just don't know if like I could handle like not being able to just blast people and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing, like if I just say some ridiculous shit, right? Who's gonna fire me? No
Bang
one.
bang. Yeah, true.
No one's gonna fire me. So it's like I just love to be able to just unleash on people like that. If I want to either like tell a joke or I want to like be like this is something that needs to be like addressed, or you know if I have to stick up for the community or have to, you know, I kind of don't want to be put in like in a really like in a position where, you know, I'm with a site and they do like shitty stuff and then like I'm like you know, I don't want to have to do that. I just like I don't know. It kind of sucks. The other side of it though is like if someone offered you enough money, it's like what do you do? You know.
All in.
Luckily, Joey. Luckily, no one in poker is offering much money. It's actually kind of easy right now.
Bang, bang, Jesus. What about speaking of firing? You're going to be firing Ryan Fee. Is Ryan going to have to relinquish his portion after recent thing happened with Ryan? Is he okay? Was Ryan good?
Ryan's good. He's good.
Shout out to Ryan. Ryan's my guy. I like Ryan a lot, man. I hope to see Ryan very soon. Is he going to be playing live at the Bike Week out in out with you in a couple weeks?
I assume he's going to be on some of the shows. I haven't seen the exact lineup, but I'm going to be on Live at the Bike November 6th through 10th, I think. I would imagine he's going to be in some of them.
And Doug doesn't know this, but he's going to be on my Monday Night Live at the Bike show that Monday, and we're going to talk about the week coming up. That's going to be 9 p.m. Eastern time that Monday. Doug doesn't know that yet, and he has not told him that, but he's going to be on that week too. So shout out to Doug. Thanks, Doug. It's pretty nice.
Surprise! More commitment. I'll see you there.
I appreciate you coming on, Doug. We'll be able to do that from still with the video. Don't worry. I'm not actually. I don't go to LA for the show.
You do it from in Vegas?
Yeah, right here. What are you talking about?
I'm gonna be in LA doing the live at the. I'll probably be at the bike. I'm gonna be at the bike doing the Live at the Bike show, and you're gonna be in Vegas as those.
Well, listen. If I'm here, I'll fucking go to it. Okay. If I'm here, I'll go. If I'm here, what are you playing? Are you playing Polk Omaha on the show?
Maybe we can get a Polk Omaha day in there.
Can we get a Polk Omaha day? Wait a second. We get a Polk Omaha day?
You know who you have to talk to.
All right, I got to make a call. Hold on. If we can get a PLO day on Doug Polk week, I know Doug Polk is a noted Polk Omaha player.
If we can take the smallest stakes game of that week and then turn it into a high stakes PLO game, that'd be pretty sweet.
Okay. We know how you love playing Polk Omaha. Okay. Let's see here.
I'll get there. All right, Wayne is saying it is from the 7th to the 10th, so not the 6th.
Yeah, Wayne knows everything. Shout out to the Hawaiian Gardens, one of the best casinos in Los Angeles. Listen, Wayne, every time Wayne promotes Live at the Bike in the chat, I promote Hawaiian Gardens or another casino in Los Angeles. Shout out to the Commerce. Commerce is doing great work too. So, yeah, guys, give me some. Huh?
Why?
I'm just an idiot, man. I don't know. I like Live at the Bike. Live at the Bike's doing a great job. They're putting on a lot of great shows. They got the Streamers and Vloggers Week this week. Last night, Staples, Mimi, Vacanti, Brad Owen, they all played on the show. It was a great show. Trooper commentating, shout out to Trooper. I had Trooper on the show too. And then today, all these guys play again. I think Live at the Bike's doing some great stuff, man.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, I like Live at the Bike.
Yeah, it was okay. You like it better than Chasing Hearts?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, actually, I don't know, man. Chasing Hearts, pretty good concept.
Listen, I think if Chasing Hearts would have had me as the dater, it would have been a great show because I would have been I think that would have been a great show. If they were like going over me on a date, that would have been fun. No? All right, well, fuck off. Whatever. It's okay. You don't think so? It's okay. What about you on it? I think that you on a date would have been fun to watch.
I mean, well, first off, not in the market. But second off, like, the thing is, they're forcing, like, non-poker things into poker. And, like, people don't want that. Like, if you want to watch a dating show, a reality, whatever you're going to call it, you're going to go watch something totally separate from PokerGo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People aren't subbing to PokerGo to get their new was it Breaking Hearts episode? They're
Chasing
not.
Hearts.
Chasing Hearts, whatever.
Do you want about Major Wager?
No, I said Breaking Hearts, Joey, because the show is so bad, it is breaking my heart. My heart is the one being broken. It's breaking my heart.
If you'd like to watch the show, you can go to PokerGo.com, use the promo code Joey, and you can get a subscription to the site.
Sorry, what promo code was that, Joey?
It's promo code Joey.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Joey.
Which site was it?
PokerGo.com. You ever heard of it?
I'm familiar.
You can watch other shows as Major Wager with
I need to
me.
watch Major Wager. I have not yet watched Major Wager. I gotta watch it. You know what? I'll download all the episodes, and on the way home from this trip, I'll watch Major Wager.
Do you though? I mean, I don't know. Like I don't know. I mean, okay, you check it out. Let me know what you think.
Should I? Are you telling me to not watch it? You know what?
I think that the pole dancing one episode's funny. I think that when they're on Fremont Street, kind of beg for money. I think that one's pretty funny. I think the Negreanu and Sam when they did the trapeze stuff, dangerous but funny. Top Golf one was okay, and then the racing one was okay too. So that's kind of what I would think about. I think Power Rankings is the first is the strip club, the stripper one. Yeah.
And so there are 5 episodes. How long are they?
About 15 minutes around there, I think.
Dude, that's like an hour. I can just bang that out.
Yeah. Then you can talk about this, and then you can tell me how that was one of the worst shows you've ever. Listen, people are getting on me like it was my fucking show. Okay, calm down, guys. It ain't my show. All right, I showed up to the show. I read for the show. You know, I don't want people to start saying, whatever, man. I recorded a video drunk the other day. What room do I even have to talk here?
There's no way you can even be the worst show on PokerGo. There's no way. Even if the show
what's worse again? What show's worse again?
Pokerography.
What's wrong with pokerography, bro? Why are you banging on that?
I'm just pokerography's fine.
Oh,
that show's fine. I like that because it's about poker and poker players. That's fine. Okay. Breaking Heart. I'm just gonna call it Breaking Hearts because I can't get the name right. Breaking Hearts is breaking my heart, and they just have to stop doing it.
Yeah. Wayne says Ryan Fee is scheduled to play Doug Polk heads up. Jungleman might play too. Is that true?
Well, that's news to me.
What is that? You're gonna play Ryan heads up? What the hell?
I'm battling Fee's heads up. All right. Well, that's gonna be something.
Why doesn't Doug maybe take on a competitor? How about that? How about Doug? How about LA? We know LA has all these hot shots out there. Why don't one of them step to the plate and take on Doug heads up instead of seeing Doug and Fees play? I mean, I want to see Doug and Fees play. I'll go over to Doug's house and watch him play. I don't want to. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't sound interesting to me, but I don't know. We'll see. A couple questions here from the chat. Let's see right now. The documentary style shows are really good. More real stuff would be good. What's Done in the Dark says. I agree. Rami says, with that being said, the poker last week was amazing. I love the action. That's true. Last week's action on Poker After Dark, I loved it. It was lit. It was out of control. You had Bill Perkins. You had Rick Solomon in the mix. Doug, you played the last day, right?
I did play the last day. That got cut short, and I got kind of boned, Joey. I got kind of boned because I moved to Thursday's game to be helpful for the lineup, and then the game was cut short.
Why was it cut short? What happened?
Well, Perkins left, and then Marquise left, and then it was 3 of us, and then I mean, we didn't want to play 3-handed. It just that's the way it went.
So why weren't you able to play the first 2 days of that week? Were this not in cards, or what happened with that?
Well, I was only scheduled to play 1 day, so I mean, it's tough to get seats in that game, for obvious reasons. So I mean, I'm fine with 1 day. I got the really short day, rather than. Also, one thing that's kind of funny, I get a lot of people that are get upset about how much I laugh at the table. I am just always laughing. That's just who I am. Doug, stop all the fake laughing. I'm it's not fake. I actually just laugh all the time. So if you're annoyed by me laughing hysterically, you're not going to enjoy when I'm on shows because I try to just have fun and enjoy myself and laugh about things. That's just who I am. So, yeah, I'm gonna continue laughing, guys.
Yeah, I thought if you were in that mix, one of those first 2 episodes with, when they had there was a lot of good conversation going on with Harala Bob and with Bill Perkins. I thought you in that mix would have been a much better mix than you with, when you played on the Wizard Week when everyone was looking at you like they wanted you to go die or something like that. I think it would have been cool to see you actually be able to interact with some people who are there to have a good time and have some fun, as opposed to, and I understand the grinders go on there to want to make money. It's a serious game. It's high stakes. I get it. But at the same time, I think it would have been fun to see your personality sort of interact with those guys too.
Yeah, no, that I would have loved to be on that show for sure. As a businessman, I felt like it was a little bit not cool to be the only businessman in the game during Wizard Week. It was a little unfair. I'd like to see at least 1 or 2 of us, maybe Perkins in the mix too, or Haralabis, or any of the other business guys would have been a nice blend. But look, part of the show is going to be sometimes you play in bad lineups. It's going to be. I'm fine with that. I understand that. But they're kind of having some issues, man. I mean, they had to cancel the show that 1 day during the hybrid week because some people left, and then the Tom Dwan PLO week, he played one of the 3 days. That was like pretty not cool, I think, for a lot of people. Lineups seem to constantly change. It's tough because like when you start to get to these stakes, the players don't want to be like, if you're one of the weaker players, you want to be more selective with what you play and who you play with and all that stuff. And then if people get moved around or someone has a problem with someone or whatever, then yeah, it ends up being the situation where like people just say, I'm not playing. I said I was going to play. I'm not going to play. And then like as the show, what do you do, right? You have to do something, obviously. So the question is what? And there's not a lot of good answers, I think, a lot of the time. So yeah, it's a tough situation, I think, to try and put together, good lineups at super high stakes. Like that's actually something that I think people should probably have a little more appreciation for with what PokerGo is doing here, trying to set those lineups. Like it is hard to set them and keep everybody happy. And like they have, at the end of the day, if someone says I'm going to play and they don't show up, or they cancel the last minute or whatever, they can't do anything about that.
Right.
It's not really their fault.
I guess so. Moving forward, do you think there might be something, because if they plan to do these twice a week, well then, it seems like they're having some, challenges now in terms of filling the games, and maybe they go back to the sit and goes, which I think are going to be easier to be able to have those fill up, and you could get a wider range of players to play the sit and goes. Also, what do you think about potentially dropping down stakes? Because obviously they want to be this high stakes home of poker, but at the same time, maybe it could have a 100, 200, or 50-100 game once in a while and be able to get on some different players, because only certain players are going to be able to play on these 200, 400, 300, 600 games. And, we see the 50K heads up sit and goes. So I got to see Will Kasuf in the mix in there. Got to see Mike Mattis out. Got to bring some of these throwbacks. And, I think that's kind of cool for a lot of poker fans out there to see.
Yeah, no, there's certainly merit in having some lower stakes stuff. I think that the money does matter, though, to some extent. I think the personalities are probably more important than the money. But the money, matters too. Like being able to say we have $1 million pot, like that's the kind of stuff that clearly they want, right? So they could go that direction. I think that there are a lot of shows that are currently more in that direction. I think Poker Night in America is a good example of that. I think Live at the Bike does some smaller stakes stuff.
By the way, two shows that are very successful shows. You look at what Live at the Bike's doing, you look at what Poker Night America, those are doing very well. It's not like those aren't doing well using that sort of approach to things too.
Yeah, it's a good approach. But the thing for PokerGo is that it's a paywall. It's a subscription, right? So there's a higher bar there. There's an expected. If content is free or content is being paid for, you expect more of it's being paid for. So they kind of have to put out a more professional, high-end product. And part of that, when it comes to poker, is generally higher stakes, right? So, yeah, it's a tough thing to do to get consistently good lineups.
Yeah. The lower Jay McCass says the more lower stakes than richer high stakes. There are more lower stakes players than richer high stakes players. Well, that's obviously very true, just by how poker works. So yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like if they keep doing this, where the precedent's set, where you can just drop out of lineups and you can say, oh, I'm not going to play. Well, then in the future, people are going to say, well, I'm just not going to play then too. If this happened before, nothing came up, whatever, they decided not to play. Well, then in the future, I'm just not going to play. And if that becomes a precedent, then every week it's like, well, is this going to happen? Well, I'm not sure if it's going to happen. Then some people might not want to commit because in the past, people just not showed up for a couple of days. So I don't know. I think it's something to worry about.
Yeah, I don't know what the solution is. I have definitely had my fair share of having to be really flexible and being willing to not play on certain days or not play at all. And I am also just thankful to get to go on the show. I got to play in a $300,000 minimum buying game. That's actually legitimate stakes, so I'm happy to get to play that big and stuff. So I'm not gonna complain too much about some of the stuff. I think Berkey made some super emo tweeted some super emo thing right before he couldn't play, where it was you can only push a man so far before the flame can only burn so bright or some shit. And I was like, dude, you gotta calm down here. It's this is a total overreaction. But I get being frustrated. It sucks when you want to play, right? You want to play, and then like stuff happens and you can or whatever. So I don't know. It's tough. My game plan is just like I live in Vegas, so I basically have just said like, look, if you're running cash games, let me know, and like I'll be there. You know, I'll play in those games. So hopefully I can build some goodwill by playing with all of the wizards and whatnot in some weeks. And then other weeks, hopefully, me and my fellow businessmen can play with all those pesky pros.
Yeah, I mean, are you officially retired from poker, or are you a businessman like the young Fedor Holz, the young prince, or what are we going to call you now going forward?
No, I'm definitely not retired because I play poker like a lot still. But you know, I don't play as much as I used to, and I spend way more of my time on business stuff. So yeah.
Businessman Polk, guys, this is what it's come to out there. All right, we'll take one or two questions, guys, and then we're going to wrap this up here at the 2-hour mark. Doug's got to go. He's got to go prepare his notes for the heads-up match tonight. He's got to go check out Scott Blumstein's past heads-up play, even though he got to see that firsthand up close and personal during the World Series of Poker main event this year. He's got to go research Brandon Adams' play, even though he's lost to Brandon Adams' heads-up title this year, which I think would have actually cost me my hair. So in retrospect, I'm actually not happy I still wanted Doug to win. And I think he knows much about Olivier Bousquet's heads up, as he was the current King of the Hill champion, and Dan Coleman, obviously. Dan Coleman, long-time heads up sit and go player, long-time heads up player in general. So
good lineup.
Be good.
It'll be fun.
So is it 50K buy-in?
50K winner take all, yeah.
Jesus. Okay, sounds sick. When are they going to have a PLO King of the Hill, man? I'm ready to play.
I don't know if that's going to be a thing.
Why not? What the fuck, man? Why are they banging on? Did Jay Nance bring the solver with him, man?
I mean, I think PLO is like very hard for people to like watch because like to the average viewer,
try one more time. Try one more time, please. Wait, why is it a hard game to watch? In general,
well, I mean, Poker Night in America is broadcast every week on CBS Sports. So like the episodes while they're streamed, they end up on TV. And you can't put PLO on TV. You want people to watch it.
Jesus Christ. Bang, fucking bang. My God.
I'm not joking. I'm serious. Look, Joey. Look, PLO, I'm not insulting the great game. But you have to come to terms with the fact it's a complicated game, and noobs do not like complicated.
Yeah, it just needs to be explained a little differently. You get 4 cards instead of 2. The action begins. You can better raise the size of pot. You got to use 2 cards in your hand. It's a great game. Enjoy the action. That works, man. That's all. You got to have someone explain what's happening a little bit more. You got to walk them through. You got to hold their hand. You're not going to take them out back.
Why can't I go all in? Why can't I choose what I bet?
The most you can bet or raise is the size of a pot. How fucking hard is this to understand, Doug? The pot size. There's the pot. That's what you can bet.
I'm telling you, it would be a disaster to put PLO thing out there on TV. Disaster.
Jesus, man. Okay. What if we got what? Yeah, I mean, I can't argue with that, bro. What if we got you to play? You know, popular guy like you. I'm hurt, Doug. I got nothing, man. I'm ready to cry.
I'm sorry. I don't want to break your dreams.
What if you played? What if, man? How did anything with you does numbers now, Doug? Come on, right? Yeah.
What?
What if you and Tom Dwan played and me played and I played and then
I think if we got me, you, and Tom Dwan playing some PLO, we'd probably get some views. But
that's what I'm saying. So it's not the game. Wait a second. Now we've got a starting point. It's like, how much money for you to have sex with me, right? Well, there's always a number, right? Now we've established a number. Let's negotiate the number.
This did not go a direction I'm interested in.
No. So now we have something. Okay, so me, you, and Derp. Okay, so then we're like, what are we playing, right? People would watch that. Okay, well then when do they stop watching? If we take out
I'll tell you what, Joey. If me, you, and Derp played No Limit, some people would really watch that.
But you want to show love. It's a lot. You got to show love. You don't just because it's the most immediately plus EV thing doesn't mean it might be the most long-term plus EV thing. We want to have PLO, and we also want to have No Limit Hold'em. So I think if we have a thing where maybe me, you, and Dur, so let's take out Dur, right? Who can we put in there where people will still watch us play PLO? Me, you, and who else?
I don't have an agenda here. You're like, how are we going to make
Shorts
PLO game happen? I'm like, what PLO game?
Me and you, Luke Shorts. Well, me and you, Luke Shorts played relay PLO.
That's not even going to do well.
What are you talking about? That's not true.
On YouTube, it would do well. Not on TV, man. That's not gonna do well. People want to know who Luke Schwartz is. I barely know who Luke Schwartz is. All I know is about his house he lost, and then like pigeons and whatnot.
You forgot he does beast everything too.
I know he beasts everything. That's also a good point.
I miss Luke, man. I know he like hates you. I know he called you your coaching side a scam, and we've established people are making a lot of money for Upswing poker, so it's obviously not true. But I kind of miss Luke a little bit. You don't miss him, do you?
I don't miss Luke.
Yeah, I think so.
It just I don't know. I mean, he basically just like went off and like lied and like attacked me for like a long time, and it's just like, dude, I don't. Why are you so mad? Why are you such a mad bro?
Why are you such a mad bro? That's true. It was like 30 minutes. I remember I was there. Okay, I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, calm down. That's true. I do remember. Shout out to Luke Schwartz, though. We didn't see him for the summer, unfortunately, but hopefully he's still out there working hard. He'd be snapping.
Bro, he's like, oh, I'm coming to Vegas. Like, you better watch. Like, you better stay at home. Like, stay safe. And I'm like, are you like physically threatening that you're gonna like beat me up or some shit? Like, what is this? It's like unbelievable. It's like hitting me up in like the DMs to like be like, yeah, stay at your house. Like,
Jesus.
What? All right. I thanks.
You might have had it.
I'm gonna go to the Rio though, because they have high rollers there that you're not familiar with, but they actually have one. It's $100,000 buy-in. It was weird. He didn't show up. I don't know. It was so weird.
Did you expect him to show up for that one?
Honestly, Joey, getting to take a picture with that poster that said like I beast everything right after I won the one drop, that was so amazing. That was so amazing.
We got to give credit to who made that poster, by the way. Who made that poster?
Jake Abdallah.
Right? I know Jake Abdallah. I'm sure Jake Abdallah and his wife. I'm sure did they make it together? Or did Jake just decide to make that randomly up at the Limaggio?
I mean, the bird looks like deformed, so I'm going to assume that it was Jake.
Shout out to the Limaggio, one of the top places in Las Vegas to go enjoy some nice high stakes apples for apples action and enjoy some nice alcoholic beverages as well. The Limaggio, the Lamingo.
Dude, don't forget Devastation Roulette. You got to get some Devastation Roulette going.
Or you can play some Devastation Roulette, or just to get engaged in their degenerate activities. If you're in Las Vegas, go check it out. Use the promo code Joey while you're there to get 10 free chips for 10 free plays at the Limaggio. And just let me know. I'll put you in touch with him if you want to go get in touch with him. So yeah, that's about it. What else is going on here? Negreanu. What about me, you, and Negreanu? We played three-handed PLO.
I mean, that would get some views. But again, if we played three-handed no limit, it would get way more views.
If we played three-handed strip poker.
Joey, all right, you know what? I have to say this, okay? And I'm sorry to all of you good people here on this channel. I know there's a lot of PLO. I know you guys like your PLO. I'm not saying anything bad about PLO.
Okay,
but the most popular game in the world for poker is the great game of Texas No Limit Hold'em.
Why don't you give it a different? You can't just take the great. You got to give it your own fucking name to it, man. Okay. The great game is Limit Omaha. Texas Hold'em, make up an outstanding game, the cool game, the fucking 2-card game. You got to give it a new name, man. You can't just call it the great game. I've been calling it the great. It's like if I start calling myself WCG Writer. Okay, it don't make sense. I'm not gonna call myself Six Pack Polk or the fucking Supreme Win or Douglas K. Polker. Okay, I'm not gonna give myself. You can't just take the great game in Omaha and decide, oh, it's no limit now. No, that's not how it works.
You just called me fat because I made fun of PLO.
You're Six Pack Polk. That's your nickname.
You're like, you're fat. That's what you just did.
I said I can't take the nickname and say I'm Six Pack Polk, okay? I'm not you. I don't have the six pack going on with my sexy body here, all right? You got the six pack. I can't take that nickname. All right?
They know me as Six Pack Polk. That's definitely what they know me as. But look, here's the thing. No Limit Hold'em is the most popular game in poker.
That's because it's been around for longer. You got epic guys like Brunson. We have guys like fucking Jane Andes, okay? No. You got Doyle Brunson.
You're wrong. Bro, how about this? You know what game was around before Texas Hold'em? Stud. 7-card stud was the biggest game. 5-card draw even. There are many people that still think of poker as 5-card draw. Those games were around for a long time. But they didn't stay. You know why? They were too complicated and not as great of a game as the great game of No Limit Texas Hold'em.
What the fuck are you? What about Hearthstone? What if me and you played three-handed League of Legends? Me, you, Dan, and Negreanu. That'd have more views. So is League of Legends a great game? Is it a greater game than Hold'em? PLO's still a great game.
I'm gonna start a campaign here. The actually great game of No Limit Hold'em. I'm gonna post images. We're gonna have clips. We're gonna get all of our marketing behind the actually great game of No Limit Hold'em.
You're trying. PLO is still a great game. It don't matter what your marketing gets out. You get seriously serious, making 100 fucking videos out there. PLO is still the great game of pot Limit Omaha. Okay, it's still the great game. Whether Texas Hold'em is a great game or not, I don't know. I think it is. I enjoy watching it. I like when you're on there.
I'm gonna agree with you. PLO is the great game, but No Limit is the greatest game. The greatest game of No Limit, Texas Hold'em.
Wait a second. Is it? It's not.
How much can I bet, you might ask? Well, I'm glad that you asked. You can bet whatever you'd like, because in the greatest game, we don't have fucking restrictions on what you can bet. You're a man. You can take your dick out if you want, keys on the table, put the chips in the middle, whatever you want in the No Limit, in the greatest game of No Limit Texas Hold'em.
Wait, if you're a woman, can you not play this game? What if you have a dick? Can you not put your dick on the table? What's up? Can women play the game or what? What is this game? I don't understand.
Everyone can play No Limit Hold'em. Unlike PLO, where only Scandies can, only people from the region of Scandinavia can be dealt 4 cards. No, in this game, in this American game that we've put our blood, sweat, and tears into, anyone can play this game.
Wait a goddamn minute. You're right. I am being a little anti-American by supporting this Texas Hold'em. Is Texas Hold'em, right?
Yeah. And I mean, PLO. There's nothing American there. What American word is even in that?
I feel like calling a game the great game of pot Limit Omaha is an American thing on its own, because Scandinavians would not have the audacity or the how you say a je ne sais to say the great game. They don't want to say things like that. They're laid back. They're subdued. Whereas I think that America is something that calls things great.
Right.
Makes the country great again.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, here's the thing about PLO. Here's why I play PLO, because I'm tired of winning.
Well, you know why I play PLO? Because I want to win more money than I can win at two-card pot Limit Omaha.
Wait, I'm receiving some news, Joey. I'm being told that, oh my God, Omaha is in America. No one knew. No one even knew. Oh my God, this is some groundbreaking stuff. This changed my whole.
What do you mean they know it's in America? What are you talking about? Listen, Doug. Last Friday night there were 3 tables of PLO in Las Vegas. 3.
And you know what I think about that, Joey? 3 too many.
What do you mean? Why can't there be more room for more than one? What are you talking? Why you want to just take out one of the games, Doug? You just launched a pot Limit Omaha Lab. You know what? Fuck everybody. Don't sign up for the PLO Lab. Don't use my promo code in the description. You're not going to get the bonus content that I may or may not make now, because I don't know. Doug's saying fuck PLO.
All right, look. Jay Nandez can do what Jay Nandez wants to do, but as long as we're clear on this, the greatest game is the game of No Limit Texas Hold'em.
I disagree.
Texas, America. Do you love America? Do you love America, Joey? No. Okay. Exactly.
I love Scandinavia. I love pot Limit Omaha, baby. 4 cards instead of 2. You know what, Doug? You're really firing me up. I'm ready to take PLO to the mainstream. I'm going to get in touch with the casino. I'm going to say, hey, we need PLO games here on a daily basis. This is a great game. We cannot be disrespecting the great game by offering so much 2-card pot Limit Omaha. It's just not fair. It's not true. It shouldn't be that way.
Right, and you know who's going to listen? Nobody, because it's not No Limit Texas Hold'em.
Yeah, I can believe that. That's a good point.
Bro, you're fighting an uphill battle. You might be able to run for a little bit. You might be able to run for a while. But eventually, you're going to look up, and that mountain's still up there. And that mountain off in the distance is the greatest game of No Limit Texas Hold'em.
That's gonna be how it feels when you run for president in 10 years against Hillary Clinton's daughter. That's how it's going to feel for you, Chelsea, when you face Chelsea.
It's next to the American flag, waving beautifully. She's a beautiful flag.
Is it really? I think 5-card draw is more popular than Texas Hold'em, man. Okay, we go to places around the country. I think Texas Hold'em isn't the most popular game there.
I think it is. I think it is.
No. You think Mama Polk's playing Texas Hold'em? No, Mama Polk's playing 5-card draw.
I don't think Mama Polk knows the rules of either.
She might know the rules for something. She probably knows the rules for something, man. You're right. Eat, sleep, PLO. No one says eat, sleep, no one hold. Nobody says eat, sleep, no one hold. No one says that. No one says that at all.
Right. Yeah. And a good counterpoint is just like the masses of people saying eat, sleep, PLO. Masses.
Eat, sleep. PLO, baby, let's get it. Come on.
I see that every time at the poker room. I just see like people just like, just eating and then doing a little sleeping and then going like, what up? I got the 4-card PLO.
Listen, Doug, ESPN pushed no limit hold'em for many, many years. They offered one Polk and Daniel tournament. They offered 100 no limit hold'em tournaments and reruns every day. Of course, no limit hold'em's going to have an advantage. It's had years and years and years to go ahead of the great game of Polk and Omaha. You give me 20 years, Doug, I'm going to make Polk and Omaha a more popular game in the United States. I promise you.
I don't think that's the problem. I think the problem is you can't bet what you want and there are too many cards.
I don't think that's a problem. I think it's a good thing. Honestly, I really do. I think what you're saying is a problem is actually look at World of Warcraft, Doug. There's so many fucking things in World of Warcraft. I don't even know what they are, but people love to play the game. It's not, you got 2 things to do. You get 2 things. World of Warcraft, you press the fucking X or you press the Y. No, you can mash the buttons. There's a lot of things to do. It's a popular game, Doug. So I think basically what you're saying is people are fucking dumb by this logic. They're not dumb. We know we have smart people in the country. They play League of Legends. There's like 50 different characters you can choose in that thing. All right. So no PLO just because there's 4 cards don't mean it. People want to learn. They like complicated. They like a lot of options. They like a lot of things to do. So I don't think that's it. I think it's that money was put behind no limit hold'em for so long, and Texas Dolly and Doyle Brunson with that fucking hat just rode Texas Hold'em to the promised land for many, many years, and PLO's just playing back up. They're on the back there. They're just trying to catch up, honestly.
All right, speaking of mashing buttons, if you think that No Limit Hold'em is the greatest game, mash that thumbs up button. Let's show this punk what us No Limit Hold'em players mean. What does the greatest game of No Limit Texas Hold'em mean to you guys? If you guys like PLO, I guess downvote.
If you like No Limit Hold'em, hit the thumbs up on this video. Leave a comment. And by the way, me and Doug have been talking about doing something like this for a long time, but now we unofficially did it on the back end of a podcast here. We've been talking about having a debate, like political style. Doug, I think we need to have an official debate. You know that? I think we and you need to have an official debate. We promote it. We have 3 debates, and you know what? We should have a vote, Doug. We should have a vote. We should have the fucking official vote between our viewers. What is the greatest game? Is it No Limit Hold'em or is it PLO? We'll have 3 debates. We'll get debates. We'll get our debate teams. We'll get our outfits on. We'll get our things. We'll get our stuff going. We'll have debates. Maybe 2 debates. 3 might be a lot. I need 3. I need to talk. You're a tough debater. I'm going to need to get in the lab. Okay, we have 3 debates. We get a moderator. Moderator sets it up. We have it recorded. We put the debates out there live. We get the fucking American flag back there. Of course, we get Scandinavian flags out there. And then at the end, we have a vote off. What are you going to vote? You going to vote No Limit Hold'em? Or are you going to vote for a great game of Limit Omaha? And that's what I want people to decide out there. Vote with your fucking minds. Vote with your hearts. Don't vote for what's easiest to understand. Don't vote for what you know best. Vote for what is truly the greatest game, and that is Limit Omaha.
Joey, it would be an honor to clobber you in this.
You got no chance. I'm serious right now.
You have no equity.
That's not true.
You can't even win the vote here on your channel. Look at all these upvotes. There are no downvotes. You can't even win on your own channel.
If Limit Omaha is your greatest game, I need you to give it a thumbs up on the video too. All right? Give it a
thumbs down.
Guys, give it a thumbs up. Like PLO, please.
Thumbs down for PLO. Thumbs up for No Limit Hold'em.
Well, listen, Doug, I know I'm fighting an uphill battle, and quite honestly, that's okay. They have elections every 4 years. If you win the election, Doug, if you win this contest, that's fine. I am willing to say that No Limit Hold'em is also a great game. I have no problem saying that. But I at least want Polk and Omaha and its crew of people to be able to make its case.
So I have kind of a really off-topic story here. I know you guys love Doug stories because they're all always so funny. But when I was in high school, we had like an election kind of like this, and we had the Republicans and the Democrats, right? And so we got into 2 parties, and we were with the Democrats, me and my buddy, and we were juniors, and everyone else was a senior. And so we like had some ideas, and we want to talk, and they're like, we don't care what you guys have to say, you're juniors, we're not listening to you. I was like, oh yeah? Well, we're going to start our own party. So we went to the teachers, like, can we rise a 3rd party? They're like, yes, you can. So I was like, all right. And I turned to my buddy, I'm like, you know what party we have to be? And he's like, what party is that? I said, the American Party. So we had 3 parties. We had the Democrats, the Republicans, and the Americans. And we went from classroom to classroom giving speeches and trying to persuade people to vote. And then we had an election, and we had, like amongst like a bunch of the classes. And so I'd go into classes, and I'd be like, we are not Democrats. We are not Republicans. We are Americans.
Wow.
Richard Nixon.
Wow. And then what?
And then we ended up, I think, beating the Democrats, but still losing to the Republicans because we were in North Carolina. I mean, what are you gonna do? But yeah, it was a fun experience. It was fun. I can't believe Richard Nixon said that though. It's really something.
Wow, you've really been in the political lab, haven't you? Did you just discover like chapter 1 of the political handbook on what famous quotes are out there?
Yeah, you're familiar with Richard Nixon, right?
I vaguely, I know he's a president. Okay, that's all I know about him.
You don't know about Watergate?
Is he the actor? That was
Bro,
Ronald Reagan.
Bro, are you kidding me right now? You don't know who Richard Nixon is.
I didn't know what Europe was until I started the podcast, bro. I didn't know what countries were in Europe, okay? How am I going to know Richard Nixon?
Wow. So whenever something is called gate, like Pussygate or like anything gate, what did you think that was referencing?
I don't know. Why is things called the Manila Shuffle? Why? I don't know why I gave it that name. I just gave it the fucking name. I don't know why.
So you just thought it was a thing. People just say gate just because it's like a thing you say.
I don't really know. I've heard of Watergate.
We had
$1 million. I would not be able to tell you what Watergate is right now. Correct.
So like Anglegate earlier this year. You didn't.
Well, who called it? No one called it Anglegate.
No one called it. But that's the kind of thing you do, though. It's the kind of thing you do.
Okay, so I don't know. Listen, tell you what. My goal is to research what Watergate is, and I'm going to be and listen. I want to do that. I'm ready for this election to take place, Doug. We're going to elect a great game. We're going to elect a truly great game. And if you win, you can call it the truly great. You can call it the actually great game. You can call it whatever you want to call it. Okay?
How about we just take it to Twitter right now?
No, I got to plead my fucking... Listen, you got an advantage. You got a bigger audience. You got bigger followers. I need to plead my case.
I thought we don't like my random followers.
Well, I love your random followers. They're nice guys. Sure, they're not winning at poker, but that's okay. I'm friends with a lot of people that aren't winning at poker. Bang, bang, okay? And they're poker players too. I'm friends with them. All right? I'm friends with them. I'm shockingly ignorant. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know about exactly the specifics behind Watergate that happened before I was born. I'm sorry, guys. I know you guys know everything about everything. You guys are ignorant about fucking poker, all right? I'm not going to call you guys and go insult you and say you guys are ignorant. No, I don't. I let you guys accept the fact that you guys fucking suck at poker. I don't fucking tell you you suck. All right, so when you say I suck at history, like you're right. You're right. I don't. You're right. I don't know about I don't know the specifics behind it. I'm sorry. That hasn't impacted my life right now. I'm sorry. I don't know the specifics of Watergate. Jesus.
It kills the punchline.
I am pretty ignorant to the political world. I agree. I'm very happy I am about that, though.
All right, I only see this podcast going great places from here. So are we going to keep going, or?
What is Pussygate? What is that anyway?
You know what Pussygate was?
No, what is Pussygate?
It was like the Trump thing.
Oh, I didn't know that was called Pussygate.
Yeah, it was called that by a bunch of people. But yeah.
What did he claim? What did he allege to do?
The grab them by the pussy comment.
Oh yeah, well, Jesus, be careful, Doc. You want to run for president? You can't say things like that. I don't think so.
I'm quoting the president.
I don't know, man. I'm scared to go there.
You just told me I can't run. I can never be president, and my sentence was quoting the president. Oh boy.
What do you think Bitcoin hits $10,000? By the way.
I don't know. I think it will, but I don't know when. I don't know. Okay,
so all right, guys. So that's what we have here. Make sure you like the video if you like Nolan Hold'em. If you think Nolan Hold'em is a better game than Polk Dwan, which is fucking not, so don't like the fucking video. It's fine. And yeah, if you want to check out Doug, he'll be commentating tonight on the on King of the Hill. Yeah, what time, Doug?
King of the Hill starts at 6 o'clock Eastern.
So that's going to be soon. So 2.5 hours, that's going to be starting up, and it'll be today and tomorrow. You can also, maybe he does some random prop bets where he loses $10,000 to a guy shooting a basketball. He might be able to stay tuned for his Instagram or for his YouTube or for whatever to see that. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow with Jay Nandez talking about, what are we going to talk about? No, we're talking about the great game Limit Omaha on the PLO Lab, just got released as well too. And we're not talking about Nolan Hold'em, Doug. That's for sure. And you're going to see that the viewership reflects that.
You know what? I'm going to start the Poker Life podcast, and we're going to talk about No Limit Hold'em. And I'm going to call it the greatest game of Texas No Limit Hold'em, and just say it like that always.
I think you should do more. Your podcasts are good. You should do more of them. Why not?
Yeah, I'll throw a few together every now and then. They just they take a lot of scheduling and stuff, you know.
Oh, fucking scheduling though. Hey, let me tell you how me and Doug schedule podcasts. Yo, dude, you want to do a podcast? Yeah, bro. When do you want to do it? How about next Tuesday? All right, word. Let's go. That's our scheduling, Doug.
Yeah, but
we're simple men.
But it's easy for us though, because we both do a lot of this stuff, you know.
Yeah, it's true. It's pretty easy. That's very true. Yeah.
Yeah, like the total number of characters used to set these up is like 80. Podcast question mark? Yeah, when's good? Tuesday. All right, see ya. Like that's it. That's like
simple.
That's like the total conversation.
We're simple men. Listen, we're simple men who love to talk about. We love to talk about. You know what, Doug? I think we can both agree on this. Poker itself is just a beautiful game. It's a great game. It's a special game. It's a fun game. It's a monumental game. It's an epic game. It's a colossal game. It's just an amazing game. And we can all agree that whether there are no limit hold'em players, Doug, or there's Polk Limit Omaha players, it all leads back to poker, and we can all agree that poker is a great game, can't we?
It is, because at the end of the day, we are not PLO players. We are not no limit hold'em players. We are poker players. Richard Nixon.
Doug Polk. Amen. Amen to that. Guys, let us know what you thought about the podcast. Find it on iTunes, search Poker Live Podcast. And that's it. You have until Friday to use the $1 coupon. Is that true? Holy shit, I know that.
Yeah,
okay.
so
all right. That's true. Okay. All right, guys. We'll be back soon. Make sure you check out Doug's channel, even though I imagine a lot of you guys already subscribe to his channel, because why wouldn't you? It's one of the best YouTube channels in the entire fucking world. It's great. It's awesome. Doug, thanks for coming on as always, buddy. See you guys soon. Adios, everybody in chat. Much love. Be back tomorrow. That's it. Peace.